Hello, everyone, and welcome back to The Other Castle.
The Other Castle, I'm Andrea.
And my name is Tom.
It's been so long and I miss you.
We miss you so much.
Yeah.
And over here at The Other Castle, we do the plot, lore, and more of video games.
All your favorite games. Where they're from, who made them, why they made them, and how it went.
The entire story of the game itself. If this is your first time checking us out, you can go to our website, theothercastlepodcast.com.
That's theothercastlepodcast.com.
Over there, we have links to our Instagram, Discord, item shop, as well as our Patreon.
Our Patreon is fun. We have monthly episodes, both on and off season. There's early access during the season, and the tiers start as low as $2 a month with a 7-day free trial.
That's on all of the tiers, too, is the 7-day free trial.
Yeah.
So anyway, today we are covering It Takes Two.
We played this on Twitch. It's also on our YouTube, and it's mostly just Tom showing off how much better he is at things than I am.
Oh, stop. Not even remotely. You were so great at this game. You got a little bit frustrated on some of the platforming, if anything.
And it haunts me to this day.
No, I grew up on like the original games were platforming, so that's just like built into my DNA at this point.
My early games are The Wolf Among Us, so I was really looking at the story. And if I could figure out a way to throw this man down a well.
That's fair enough.
Okay, but I want to get into it because we both played it, which makes these episodes a lot easier since you know the story.
Right.
So I'm not overly explaining like, no, Dead Space, it's science fiction.
Yeah.
The marker isn't real. And you're like, what? That's crazy. No, it's true. It Takes Two came out in March of 2021 across consoles and PC, and then later joined the Nintendo Switch lineup in November of 2022. The team behind It Takes Two is Hazelight Studios, a Swedish studio that specializes in narrative co-op games. Before It Takes Two, Hazelight created 2018's A Way Out. A Way Out was a massive splash as the studio's first title, and it ended up selling 1 million units in 2 weeks.
Oh, wow, that quickly.
Fucking balls to the wall. This was under the direction of studio founder Joseph Fares. Prior to Hazelight Studios, Fares had also directed Starbreeze Studios' 2013 title Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons, another co-op game.
Oh, okay. That's right about when I first started to hear about these guys then.
Okay, yeah, you're right on the ground floor. Joseph Fares has described himself with this phrase: there's passionate people, there's crazy people, and then there's me. And he's admittedly not a big drinker, and he stopped smoking pot at like 21. He's just a massive ball of energy and passion, one that I wish I could bottle because, oh my god.
Is it all caffeine, probably?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, caffeine and sugar.
Yeah, maybe some tobacco in there, but who's to say? There's a bit of eccentricity in his persona that is just so fun.
Oh, good.
He was born in Beirut in the 1970s during a massive civil war.
Wow. As soon as you said Beirut, I was like, holy shit.
Not an easy place to be.
No.
His family tried 5 times to move to Sweden, and they finally made it in on the 5th time when he was around 10 years old.
Oh, good for them.
He started in movies and then moved to video games, which he says are so much harder than movies.
Yeah, entirely.
His first game, Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons, won the 2013 VGX, aka the Spike Video Game Award for Best Xbox Game.
Hell yeah.
Which is, I think that was that weird period when it was Spike released the rights to Video Game Awards, but Jeff Keighley hadn't fully started the Video Game Awards.
So wait, they had a separate award for PlayStation and Xbox?
Yes.
Ooh, I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, I'm going to give you some more horrible context that's not going to make you feel better. That year, it beat out Tomb Raider,
Wow.
BioShock Infinite, and Grand Theft Auto 5 for Best Xbox Game.
Which is funny, because, like, none of those are exclusives.
Yeah. Did not think about that, but still.
Wow, okay.
Back to the current title at hand, though. So, It Takes Two began work right after A Way Out with Fares at the helm again. He really wanted to emphasize that, technically, this game should constantly be delivering new game mechanics, so everything feels special. He told his team that they were to constantly be considering the question, what kind of design and mechanic can we create here to ensure that you're actually playing the story?
Oh, I love that. I love a game that changes mechanics constantly.
And he did that. That's the whole fucking thing.
Oh, it is. I loved it.
He's admitted that this phrase he uses in production with his team is to, quote unquote, fuck shit up. He's so eccentric, it's just so fun.
Oh, it's fun.
He's explained that he uses that to push his team to do cool shit, to innovate and create unique gaming design, and think outside the box. And that's what brings people to a higher level to create things that push the boundaries of gaming. And he said that his whole job is to get the team to fuck shit up.
Hell yeah.
Like, he's so punk rock about it. It's great. Ferris has said that great stories have more than one character. When you have two characters, you can create something really cool. Strong characters with very interesting dynamics between them.
Honestly, so many games we've covered have two great characters as the main characters.
Sometimes three.
Sometimes three.
In 2017, he also went on a rant at the Game Awards saying, "Fuck the Oscars." So, Ferris just do be saying shit sometimes. The team on It Takes Two maxed out around 75 people, which relatively isn't a ton. The cast is small. In fact, the male lead voices the two predominant male characters in the game, and director Ferris did mocap for one character himself.
Oh, wow.
The male leads are played by Joseph Balderrama, and the female lead is Annabelle Dowler. They also did mocap to get detailed facial capture during their performances. The Hazelight Studios mocap software is actually a proprietary one that they're very proud of.
Wow, it looks beautiful.
It is, and when you do see the humans and their faces, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I had to dance around a spoiler really quick. It's gonna get spoiled anyway. They're dolls.
Yeah.
They do look very, very alike to their human counterparts in real life. It's fascinating.
That's really cool. No, honestly, there's so many times, like, all the different camera angles that they use in this game. Like, that is really unique to this game, and I loved that. So to hear it was a proprietary engine, so they had to build out each one of those different camera angles. That's fantastic.
And, like, specifically for their mocap was all the proprietary stuff, which
oh,
is crazy.
that's amazing.
It Takes Two was announced in June of 2020, and almost immediately, drama started. The studio had a few options to partner with distribution and production, and they had Microsoft and EA on the table interested in the game. Through exploration, Hazelight Studio opted to partner with EA because they didn't want the game to be a Microsoft exclusive. They did have to work with EA to convince them that people actually would be interested in a unique co-op game because, frankly, there's not a lot like this on the market.
Not at all.
Ferris has said it was overall the right decision to go with EA to get the game out to as many people as possible. Another bit of drama came with Hazelight went to file a copyright on the title It Takes Two. The video game juggernaut Take-Two Interactive stepped in and said it was too close to their company name.
Get the fuck out of here, Take-Two. No.
You're so
No.
upset right now. Wait, your
Honestly,
face is scrunched up.
that is such bullshit. Shut up. Honestly, I was more worried about the Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen movie.
Didn't know that existed.
Yeah, exactly. But like, fucking that, I was more worried about that than I was about Take-Two Interact. Shut up.
That's right. The owner of both 2K Studios and Rockstar Games tried to step in to stop and change the title of the Hazelight Studios production It Takes Two. That is so fucking dramatic.
Go home.
This did fall apart almost immediately.
Good.
But did bring people's eyes to like, well, what are you doing? Oh, is that cool?
Yeah.
So I think it kind of blew up in their face.
No, that was perfect marketing for them in the end. So, yeah, fuck you, Take-Two. That's what you get.
The drama did not derail anything for It Takes Two. Within the first month, it had moved 1 million copies, and as of March 2025, has moved over 23 million copies.
Holy shit, that's incredible.
At the 2021 Game Awards, it took home Game of the Year.
Hell yeah, that was amazing when that happened, because I was like, really? This...
Her?
Yeah, right? This couch co-op game. Like, you don't hear about couch co-op games. It was that good?
And I remind you what the games that were up against them for Game of the Year that year in 2021. So, for Game of the Year at the Game Awards, It Takes Two beat Deathloop, Metroid Dread, Psychonauts 2, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, and Resident Evil Village.
Honestly, I get it.
I mean, I know you've only played 2 or 3 of these.
Yeah, only 2 or 3, but of the ones that I have played, I get it. I think this one deserves it.
You really just said, yeah. At the Game Awards, Neil Druckmann presented Ferris with the award, who threw his face mask off, walked up to the podium with open arms, blew kisses into the audience, and said, in 2017, I said, fuck the Oscars. But in a way, the Oscars did get fucked, because the Game Awards are getting way better.
Hell yeah.
Which is such a strange place to double down from something 4 years ago. He said that
Right.
pre-pandemic, okay? And he's like, and another thing. Every time he gets a Game of the Year award, he's going to come up and add something and be like, and the Oscars catering was trash.
Right.
You gotta love when someone just doubles down on nothing. Like, the Oscars aren't mad at him.
No.
He also dedicated his award to his daughters and said, if you don't have children, go get them. They're the best. He's so fun.
He has great energy.
It Takes Two currently holds an 88 on Metacritic, and Tom and I played the entire game together on Twitch, and the recording is also up on the Other Castle YouTube page if you want to see our earnest first playthrough of the game together. It is a lot of me being bad at platforming, and Tom patiently waiting while I try my best.
No, I had so much fun playing that game with you, honestly. Like, I get it. I fully understand why that won Game of the Year. I had a fucking blast with this game.
It blew my fucking mind open. It was so cool.
Yeah.
I am so excited that we got to play it together. I'm so excited I get to cover it today for us because this game is so fun and so inventive and creative, and God, the mind behind it is wild. I want to crawl in there and just see what's going on for an hour.
We love an eccentric creator on this show.
Truly. And we also love a Game of the Year. So let's check out the 2021 Game of the Year. This is It Takes Two. We open on a lovely sun-drenched home with a mailbox that says Goodwin on the outside. A station wagon pulls up and a woman with a yellow blazer steps out. She's greeted by a man taking the trash out to the curb. Clinically, the woman asks about the man's day. He sighs, defeated before he can even start saying it sucked balls. The toaster broke. Their daughter Rose didn't eat her vegetables. Disappointed but not surprised, the woman asks about the dentist. This is news for Mr. Dum-Dum, who asks if that was today.
What the hell?
This is our first look at May and Cody. May is an engineer, an extremely type A one to be specific. She's buttoned up and British and has a keen sense of responsibility about her. But probably because she has to be, seeing as her partner here is Cody. Cody is not an engineer.
Yeah, you don't like Cody at all.
I am restraining my opinions. I'm just stating the facts. Cody is not an engineer. He is an American stay-at-home dad, and he's not doing it in a Mr. Mom kind of way. He's kind of like if a couch cushion became sentient.
Oh my God.
Cody had one job. His daughter is his job, and he's very bad at it. All he had to do today was make sure his child ate vegetables, something she needs to survive the world, and then go to the tooth doctor. And neither of those two simple things happened. And that's it. That's Cody, the most useless man in England. And I'm going to go ahead and count the corpses in that statistic.
Okay, I will absolutely say he really fucking beefed it on not going to the dentist.
Among other things, yes.
Yeah, I mean, come on, the kids don't eat their vegetables. That's just a fucking thing. You don't eat your vegetables.
I have before. There's lettuce in a burger, right?
Right, and you don't like lettuce.
Ugh, who would put that in a burger? I want to be clear that just now, earlier, I showed as much restraint as possible, again, when discussing my affinity for both characters. And from here on out, this moment on, my personal opinions on May and Cody may peek through occasionally.
Okay.
But I gave it an earnest shot. May is exhausted and tells dipshit dumbfuck Cody that the appointment was today. Where are you? Come back. And he was supposed to take Rose. Cody tells her he thought it was tomorrow and that May would take her. And May explains in short sentences that she has to work tomorrow. And he's the other parent.
Right.
And this is his entire job. Cody turns around. Instead of focusing on failing to get medical care for his daughter, he asks May why she has to work so much. On that lawn, May and Cody begin to fight loudly, bringing up their daughter, Rose. That Rose needs them, that they're both working hard for Rose, that they're falling out of love with each other. From her window in the second-floor bedroom, Rose is listening to her parents fight.
Ouch.
She watches numbly as her father asks her mother when they can break the news to their daughter that they're getting a divorce.
This game opens on a bummer.
Oh my God, heavy rain levels of like, what if we opened with a family crumbling apart?
Right, God.
Very different outcomes between this and Heavy Rain, though.
Yeah.
Instead of developing a rebellion streak, daughter Rose adopts a different coping method. Distraction with a splash of dissociation. She's about 9 years old, so we've got a few years before the drugs, and honestly, maybe just a couple months before shoplifting, so we'll take advantage of that.
Yeah, she's definitely on that path, isn't she?
May holds up 2 handmade dolls that look strikingly like her parents. The May doll is wooden with a thick yellow yarn and blue yarn hair. It's cozy and comforting, a doll you'd hold tight in the dark. Dipshit Cody's doll is a soft clay doll, something sturdy and secure, but moldable and capable of change. It's helpful for the game's metaphor.
Right.
Rose mimics her parents' voices over the dolls, having them call off the divorce and decide to get along and stay friends forever.
Oh.
She makes the dolls of her parents tell each other they love each other and makes them hug. After May and Cody get inside, the whole family sits down for a tense, quiet dinner. Rose brought a stuffed elephant, an elephant named Cutie, down to dinner with her. Cody can't be alone with his thoughts, and he asks to take Cutie so the humans can talk. He puts Cutie on the table and leans in toward Rose. May also tilts her body to face her daughter. Cody begins by saying that they both love her and that sometimes in life you do things that aren't very fun. May enters the conversation and explains that they are separating.
Ugh.
Rose swallows, adjusts her posture, and says, "Okay." She stands and asks to play in her room. Cody stutters but grants permission, so Rose picks up Cutie and heads upstairs. May and Cody are silent at the empty table, looking at the chair their daughter had just left.
Oh, her worst fear was just confirmed.
Yeah, she's like, so I really wasn't hearing things, that's true? You guys hate each other? Cool. It's probably not my fault. In her room, Rose gets to work. She has a mission. First, Rose places Cutie on top of a cardboard castle in her bedroom. Cutie is a queen, after all.
Queen of the castle.
She grabs the two small May and Cody dolls and then sets off on an adventure. She kicks the window open and starts to descend down a trellis, breaking out of the house. I think she's a bit young to be sneaking out, but she just found out her parents are getting divorced and she's going through a lot right now.
She's having a really hard time.
She runs to an outdoor shed on the property, kind of a workshop or garden tool shed situation. Rose crawls under a table and snaps on a lamp. She picks up a worn, hardcover book called The Book of Love by Dr. Hakim. The cover is a red leather with gold edges and a gold heart in the middle. Holding the large book in her small hands, Rose begs out loud, "Dr. Hakim, you have to help me now. They have to stay together."
Oh.
Rose opens the book in the light of the lamp and reads a passage out loud to the dolls she made of her parents. She points for emphasis, reading to the dolls that love is work. You have to work on it. She reiterates Dr. Hakim's point, telling the dolls they can't give up. She holds her handmade dolls and addresses them as Mom and Dad, saying, "I wish you could be friends again."
Oh, that is heartbreaking.
Rose begins to sob, and her tears splash hard on the surfaces of her Mom and Dad dolls. Her sadness soaks into the dolls, and soon after, Cody's doll wakes up. He snorts and wakes up confused, as I'm sure he does every single fucking day, human or not. Doll May lays beside him, who I played as when we tackled this game on Twitch.
Yeah, I got to play Cody, who you hate.
Yep. So Cody's over here, doing some morning moaning and performative stretches, and I'm over here, finally resting after carrying this family on my back for a decade. Truly, way too long after he's woken up, Cody looks down and then realizes what happened. He screams. He screams long and loud as he pats himself down. He's expecting the privileged bloat of doing nothing and instead finding a small clay doll. This wakes me up, and I look over, and even as the entire fucking world is different, the scale, the world, the concept of magic, everything, I fucking know it's Cody doing some dumb Cody shit. Cody screams for help while I roll my eyes and tell him to shut up because I'm sleeping. I get up and start screaming, and Cody and I look in the reflection of a paint bucket in the shed at what we are now. We're dolls. I turn to Cody and ask the appropriate question, "What have you done?" Cody doesn't even humor this, but volleys back with another question. "Why do you always blame me?" With a poof of pageantry, a big red book with gold edges, paper arms and legs, human eyes, and matching purple eyebrows and a mustache. It's fucking insane. And it also has a vaguely Spanish accent.
Which doesn't make any sense because I have never met a Hispanic person named Hakim. Whether it's their first or last name.
Middle nickname.
None.
We will accept nickname. Doctorate? Come on.
Yeah. But this guy is like Latin lover to the extreme.
It's very Antonio Banderas coded. I'm not going to do the voice, to be very clear. But Jesus Christ, he is going for, I have a rose in my mouth and I'm going to mount you.
Yeah.
Mounting, yeah. The book the sexy book, takes Cody's side and says, yeah, why do you always blame him? And I'm like, why am I a part of this and who are you? The book dramatically introduces himself, saying he's Dr. Hakim, a worldwide bestseller, an expert on love. That's as close to the accent as I'll get, but he does pronounce love like that every single time. He explains that Rose bought him to help her parents get back together again. I turn to Cody and say, this is a nightmare and I need to wake up. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. We eat. And I run off the edge of the whole fucking world and I just fall. I fall and I fall down an extremely long drop. Cody is in shock and runs to where I just fell, screaming the whole way there. To scare the absolute shit out of Cody, because I'll take any excuse I can get, I rematerialize back behind him, showing that in this form, we are true repatriates. I crawled through the tube of tar.
You really
and
did.
Came out the little wooden doll baby. Cody turns and asks Dr. Hakim, hey man, how do we wake up out of this? Dr. Hakim tells us that we are here to fix our relationship. I explain to the magic book that it is fixed. And Cody says my favorite phrase of his and says, yeah, we're divorcing. Dr. Hakim yells, no. He insists he will help fix the relationship. And he pulls out a page from the book, which again is his body, so this is fucked up.
He ripped out his guts.
And it says, Chapter 1, Fix Your Relationship. Dr. Hakim lets it slip that he promised Rose he'd fix our relationship, which is an irresponsible promise for a magic book to make to a child.
Oh my god, you do not make that promise to anyone.
Ever.
No, you can't, like, make a promise about something that is not necessarily possible.
And it's okay to lie to children, but this is kind of fucked up.
Yeah, this is the wrong version of the lie.
Cody spots Rose and leads us to her. She looks massive now that we're palm-sized parents. Dr. Hakim doesn't even notice us leaving because he's just listing things that love is like. He's like, love is like a butterfly. It's like a river. It's grass. And I definitely smoked grass while we played this. And I'm kind of just now realizing how weird it is that he is a book.
It's very strange that this living book is like the second main character.
Yeah.
Well, I guess third main character if you just consider both of them.
And this is the one that was mocapped by the director, Joseph Ferris. So
Oh, dear God, no.
If it's a little, like, much.
No, there's times where he's thrusting.
Oh, yeah. I did see one interview, I think it was for the BAFTAs, where he talked about the dancing. He's like, it's all in the hips.
Yeah, you can tell it's all in the hips.
Homie, you got the one move. You're killing it, but Jesus Christ.
Even as a book, he had hips.
Let's say that again.
Right.
We figure Rose knows what's going on because holy shit, she better. So we head towards her. And this is where the split screen begins. Me on the left and Tom as Cody on the right.
That was me.
The first thing we do is crank on a generator.
Oh, there's always a goddamn generator.
It causes some spark plugs to humanize and run away. Unfortunately, we need those fuses to get to the next part of the shed and get close to Rose, so now we're on a mission. This mini mission gets us acquainted with the jumping and dashing mechanics, and we get the fuses back together pretty quickly. There's also running, and I just want to say Cody runs like he's in weapons, just arms loose at his sides, running full throttle.
Oh my god, he runs hip first, but like the rest of his body leans back entirely.
He's all in the hips. He's just like Dr. Hakim. It's great. As we navigate through the shed, there's a lot of Cody complaining about being a doll and being confused while I tell him to shut the fuck up and focus so we can get through today. With all the fuses in place, a stepladder drops down so we can get closer to Rose. As we hop onto the stepladder, it's slammed up by Dr. Hakim!
Oh.
And because of this, we go fucking flying because of this literary vermin that has a hair up his ass about my personal affairs. We land hard as fuck on a wood bench, and Cody looks up to see Rose writing something. We run to her, but we're stopped by a spawned-in Dr. Hakim. I call him a stupid book and tell him to get out of the way. And Cody says, yeah, I need to talk to my daughter. Dr. Hakim pulls this shit and he says, oh, your daughter? Do you own her?
Oh, shut up. Yeah, kind of. Until she's 18 at the very least.
She's 9. She's under my protection, man.
Yeah.
Dr. Hakim says, ask yourself, can you really own the people you love, man? I fucking hate Dr. Hakim. He is such a great villain, and I'm gonna hard pronounce him as a
Wow,
villain.
you're calling him the villain.
Yes.
Okay.
He's 100% a villain.
He's antagonizing.
Certainly. Dr. Hakim promises to let us through after he introduces us to one person. Dr. Hakim hits a button, which rolls a door up, and we look up and up and up at the vacuum cleaner.
What? The vacuum?
It recognizes Cody's voice, and it starts to get agitated. Dr. Hakim formally introduces us to the vacuum cleaner, pointing at Cody and saying, "This is the guy who sucked up all kinds of crap in your stomach." What the fuck are we doing here? Cody gets shy and starts lying, just bold-faced lying and saying it wasn't him. But everyone here, including the vacuum cleaner, sees through his bullshit, because not only is he a bad father, he's a bad actor. The vacuum cleaner's glowing eyeball knobs widen, and he tells Cody, "You ruined my bowels with all that crap." Sickened by the sight of his abuser, the vacuum cleaner throws up black mold-encrusted debris all over us.
Oh, they put him in reverse.
The vacuum taunts Cody more, and I realize this is why the fucking vacuum broke in the first place. This is all Cody's fault. The vacuum turns the heat on me now and says, "And you were supposed to fix me, and instead you put me here away for life."
Ooh, yeah, Miss Engineer.
This thing is fucking furious at us. And to seek revenge, the vacuum does what it does best. It sucks. We get swallowed up in this long tube of street justice and spat back out. Our trajectory scales the whole shed, and our tiny bodies fly through the air. We land hard in a hole in the shed. We're under the shed, trapped by chicken wire to keep out the critters. Dr. Hakim poofs his ass in front of us and says, "You want to get back to Rose? You need to climb the vacuum together." I ask why he's doing this to us, and Dr. Hakim tells me, "Because you two must learn collaboration." In an effort of sacrifice, Dr. Hakim rips a page from his book, a rib from his skeleton, and it says collaboration across it. He explains to us that collaboration is the key to a successful relationship. I explain calmly that that's not our strong suit. He spins his hips and yells, "Collaboration!" and then fucks off in a poof. Cody says, "Bye-bye now."
He's not a great verbal teacher.
No. Or good anything. He's a bad man. He's a bad book. We take a moment to blame each other for this. Cody blaming me for not fixing the vacuum. Me blaming Cody for breaking it in the first place, which is reasonable. We talk about how excited we are to get a divorce. Ugh, I'm daydreaming about the condo I'm gonna buy. It's gonna be so cute.
Daydreaming about the divorce is insane.
Cody bums the whole mood out by reminding us we can't get a divorce as toys. We have to be humans to break up legally.
The fact that Cody's the one that brings it back to reality.
I know, what a nightmare. I agree to climb the vacuum cleaner so we can be humans again and get divorced like I've always wanted since I was a little girl. We are both surprisingly not having more of a mental breakdown about this whole deal, which is admirable, I think. And then we start under the shed, moving forward until we hit a loose vacuum tube. It throws us into a puzzle section with jumping and getting flung as a small distance. It's a whole thing.
Honestly, their puzzle design is just impeccable.
It's unreal. Like, it's perfect. This game really did fuck shit up.
It really did.
We start hitting platforming puzzles we have to solve as a pair. One of us with eyes on one section and the other accomplishing a task elsewhere. It's only going to get more complicated going forward, but the building blocks of the gameplay begin right here. It also delivers the layout of the platforming through the game. Everything is regrettably logical. There's time jumps across spinning ceiling fan blades, there's electrical surges around poorly planned plugs. As whimsical and wild as it all is, it always makes sense. And I think that's that fuck shit up attitude at play. Like, do it so well, the scene is unimpeachable and it can't be questioned. We move forward and there's more and more energy from Cody. He starts to drop the bummer act and starts to giggle or hoot when he's sliding down a vacuum tube. He's certainly getting looser than me. My eye is on the prize and I'm trying to get back to the human world so I can divorce this gleeful little clay man. We summit the mountain and come face to face with a vacuum cleaner. He's still furious and makes it clear that the indigestion Cody caused was enough for him to seek a violent revenge. He declares that Cody and I must die.
You have to die. You gave me an upset tummy.
I get it. Have you ever had an upset tummy? It fucking sucks. I enter the bargaining stage. I beg the vacuum cleaner to let me fix it. Cody backs me up saying I'm a really good engineer. At this act of very baseline kindness of acknowledging I'm good at my career that I've dedicated myself to, Dr. Hakim poofs back in front of us. I'm hoping he's here to back us up, and instead he says, we sound fake as fuck.
You said we were bad actors from the get-go.
I said you were a bad actor.
Oh, what, you were to be better.
May is British. She at least sounds Shakespearean. English people are such good actors, like...
Just naturally,
half
right?
Half of them are Avengers, like, all of them. I beg, saying, I'd be happy to fix the vacuum as soon as I'm in my human body. And then the betrayal starts. Dr. Hakim turns, eyes wide from off-screen cocaine. And he says, oh, really? Then why did you buy the Turbo X2000?
Oh, the replacement?
The vacuum cleaner is enraged. He was promised a better life and a healing journey, and instead he was exiled and replaced. He calls the Turbo 2X1000 whatever bullshit pretentious and a bad sucker. And then he declares he's the best sucker. And now I'm in a boss battle. Boss battles are usually one person works one station and the other works another. And it's always a tandem attack method that requires a lot of, as Dr. Hakim would say, collaboration. I can't do the voice. I'm so sorry.
Please don't. No. But communication, too.
The vacuum taunts us with weird vacuum puns like, suck on this. He rains trash bombs down on us while we practice evasive maneuvers. The boss battle culminates in us sending flaming bombs at the vacuum cleaner and then riding sucking tubes up to the face of the vacuum and gouging its eyes out.
Oh, it's so cool. And it's so violent.
It's so violent. If this were people, this would be really scary.
Yeah, it's non-gory, but it's fucking violent.
But something did get its eyes gouged out.
Yeah,
so.
exactly.
This causes that dumbass dust bag to disintegrate as it bursts into flames. Ironically, a Roomba comes to our rescue.
It's so fucked up.
It's really fucked up that this is what happens. And we glide through the air as it gets flung through the shed after the explosion. The Roomba eventually turns and we tumble off of it, landing way down on the ground under the shed again. Cody is determined to find Rose, as am I. He figures she knows what's going on since she made the dolls we're living inside of now. And this is news to me because I didn't know she took up doll making. That's like the scariest hobby for a small child to have.
Yeah, right?
It's really giving I'm gonna make something possessed.
I mean, she immediately used voodoo. You get that, right?
This is literally voodoo.
Yeah, she used voodoo immediately. She cast a spell on these dolls.
Yeah, it's... Maybe we should get her a bike?
Yeah.
Maybe we can go on a hike or something.
Let's monitor the things she's reading at the very least.
Let's get her a Hunger Games or something. And here's the thing. Cody knew she was into doll making and clearly the voodoo arts, but didn't tell me just because he didn't think to tell me our daughter had a new interest. Like, I'm at work all day so she can buy all her fucking hobby toys and her voodoo shit.
Right.
At least loop me in. We come to a clearing not too far from Rose and call to her, but she can't hear us. She's on the other side of some shed junk, and she's just too far to call out to, and it's very disheartening. We're sad, and Cody, out loud, wonders how we're going to get over to Rose. We turn to see a hammerhead declare he knows the way and can take us there if we help his friends. And to be clear, the hammerhead, it's just the top of the hammer, not the arm of it. And it's talking, it has a gaping, moving mouth hole, and it has human eyes. I ask what friends he's talking about, and he says that his friends were locked up by some terrible human in a toolbox and left to die. Illiterate ass Cody, who can't read a sentence, let alone a room, says, oh, that's May's toolbox. She locked up your friends. The hammerhead agrees and says she's a heartless woman and asks if we know her. Cody begins to say yes because he's a dumb sack of shit, but I elbow his liver really hard and I say, no, we don't.
It's good it's clay.
I also tell Cody that I think that heartless woman has a really demanding job and doesn't have time for hobbies anymore, you dipshit. The hammerhead is so sad that his friends are dying of rust, which he describes as feels like burning slowly.
Oh.
I remember there's some rust removal spray up in a cabinet, which I'd be happy to hand over, as long as Cody and I get help across the shed to our daughter. The hammer agrees to our conditions, and I pick it up and put it on my back. Our first task is removing a nail, which flies around the room. The hammer tells Cody to whistle to summon the nail, and now we have our first set of powers.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
I have a hammer, so I can hammer stuff, And Cody has control of nails. And this is massively fun. Basically, Cody can throw a nail and then whistle it comes back. And I just have a giant hammer. I can smash stuff.
I immediately loved my first weapon.
Oh, it's so good. And the little magical world-bending elements really help open the platforming possibilities, and the team truly did find the most interesting ways of incorporating powers into the gameplay to keep it fresh. And none of the powers are ever recycled, so the game keeps you learning and evolving and adapting as you go forward. A lot of this section is Cody shooting nails off for me to swing off of, or using a nail to deploy a button push while I get to explore and do some fun shit. We make it through a tricky door, and on the other side we're greeted by the book bastard himself, Dr. Hakim.
Oh, that book bastard.
He loudly says all relationships have challenges, and challenges make you grow. His energy is not appropriate for the situation.
Not in the slightest.
He talks about how challenges are the best thing because you learn and grow, and introduces us to finding mini-games. This minigame is called Whack-A-Cody, where Cody pops up in different boxes around me, and I get to smash my hammer into his stupid little face. Game of the year. Dr. Hakim can't think of a way to annoy us right now, so he fucks off while we get a whackin'. We get back to it and ascend to a toolbox with a very grouchy face on the front. He's excited to kill all the tools with Rust, and we have to save them.
No.
We chase after him as he slides through the tool shed and starts to get away. As we chase the toolbox, it begins to evolve into its true form, a mega toolbox Zoid. It locks itself with padlocks to protect their prisoners. It has two arms with two gnashing claw hands at the ends of them. It's personally very angry at us, and we start a very fun boss battle. It's a lot of Cody aiming and lining up shots and me going through and wrecking house. This boss battle is really fun too, just because at points, it rains nails, and a hole drill will come up and remove sections of the game field. It's fantastic.
Oh, it's so well done.
Through a series of parkour, I crack open the toolbox to free the tool friends, and kick down the rust removal spray from the cabinet directly into the toolbox. We've got a ticking time bomb. As this happens, another round of fighting begins. Now Cody has a time to shine as he launches himself up over the toolbox and fires nails into the can of rust removal. After enough shots are fired, the rust removal can explodes.
Hell
the
yeah.
toolbox grimaces in terror and falls, slamming its busted arms on the battlefield, causing all of us to fall out along with him. On the ground, we look up to see the tools all happy and dancing. The pliers and the screwdrivers all in harmony, de-rusted.
Hell yeah, it's like a rain of de-ruster.
Exactly. Loose nails bring the handle to the hammerhead, and he's finally made whole again. In joy, the hammer hops over to us and says, "May, you are a true hero." I'm humble and I thank him. And Cody takes this opportunity of my celebration to say, "Hey, what about me? Where's my hero love?"
I mean, I kind of felt the same way immediately.
Well, he didn't do anything. I brush this off and I say, "We have to get to Rose." And the hammer takes this opportunity to ignore Cody.
Fuck you, hammer.
I love him. The hammer brings over the handsaw, which is very bouncy, and it launches us across the shed. This does the trick, and we're flown across the shed and land just behind Rose. We run to her, yelling, but as we get closer, she heads out the front door.
No, come back.
As the door behind her floats to close, Dr. Hakim arrives and slams the door shut in our face, locking us in the shed and away from our daughter.
Oh, you dick.
We yell at the non-fiction fuckery that's happening to us and that we should not be stuck right now. Dr. Hakim says, stuckness is a mental construct. He goes on about the literal and metaphorical closed doors, and Cody tells Dr. Hakim there's only one door in the shed. I remember that there's a window, and Dr. Hakim praises me for my mind, unlike Cody, who is useless.
When Dr. Hakim shuts a door, a window opens.
Dr. Hakim leaves for the window, and we follow him by pipe surfing some loose copper pipes in the shed. Because fuck physics.
Right.
We ride directly up to the top of the shed where there's a small ventilation window. The window is cracked open, and a pair of binoculars are sitting, pointing out of the shed and into our daughter's window. It's concerning how they are not scared at the idea of binoculars pointing at a child's window.
I was just thinking that.
But their brains are a little scrambled eggs right now.
Who put those there and why?
Why are they in the shed? These are my binoculars from when I had time to have hobbies, and they've just kind of rotted in here ever since. The binoculars come to life as a possibly British woman.
Oh.
The binoculars show us our human bodies of May and Cody are in a trance inside the house. Cody is full on dad from Weapons Inside, sitting near a window at a computer. Cody in the doll starts screaming and asking if he's dead because, holy shit, I totally get it. And I assure him, despite my best efforts, he is not dead. And I've tried. My body, May, is napping on the couch. She looks so much less terrifying than Cody. It's unreal. Cody looks like he's about to snap and like burn a town down. May is having a lovely nap.
No, she looks like she has OD'd on the couch.
She's curled up in a ball. She's one blanket away from like a rom-com set. She's so cute.
She's a frothing mouth away from dying.
Your Honor, my client was not frothing. The British binocular lady tells us that she saw Rose playing with the dolls, and then we came alive after she was crying. The binoculars describe watching Rose's tears fall onto the dolls, and Cody and I are both really fucking sad right now. Then, Cody turns triumphantly and says, I know what happened. It's a spell.
Exactly.
I, once again, remind Cody that logic exists and is a free tool to use in life. Cody says we're having this conversation with a pair of binoculars and there's no logic in that. And I am distraught because I don't even believe in spells. And Cody asked if I believed if I could turn into a real doll, which, okay, fine, but fuck you. This isn't real.
Yeah, obviously this is happening.
We'll just go with Cody's fucking deal for right now. Frankly, it's all we got. I ask, so if it is a spell, how do we break the spell? Cody immediately becomes cocky as fuck. He says that he and Rose read spell shit all the time.
He got her into the witchcraft?
He did. He's encouraging the voodoo, and now look what happened.
Oh my god.
He raises his arms and says he's a virtual wizard. I am only reminded that the divorce papers just need to be filed, and I'm free. Cody does some loud breathing exercises, then delivers a hypothesis. If the spell was cast through her tears, then in order to break the spell, we have to reverse it through her tears. I am at my wit's end.
It makes some kind of logic.
No, we are trying to make our daughter cry the day we told her we're getting divorced.
So it should be pretty easy.
Look, unfortunately, and I mean this in every sense, I am still forced to move forward with Cody. I don't even fight anymore. I just say fine. And we go with Cody, my soon-to-be ex-husband's let's make our daughter cry on us plan.
Well, it's not like you're coming up with any different ideas.
Cody. That's what she says all the time. Whenever Cody says anything, she's just like, Cody. Stop. The binoculars tell us that Rose is in her room and helps us get out of the window, and now we're perched on the edge of the shed near a tree, which was our best bet at getting out of here and back to Rose. Cody tries to jump from the shed to the tree, falls, and repatriates up by me. Dr. Hakim takes now to show up and tell us to jump to the tree, but Cody says, hey, that's too far. I tried and died.
Literally, just now.
It's a lesson he learned with one of his infinite lives, you know? Dr. Hakim argues, saying that where there is love, there is no distance too far. This is not helpful, but he does offer some support by throwing us a rope each. These ropes connect to specific areas and can be swung from, delivering us that AAA rope physics I, as a gamer, am always impressed by.
You've come to expect in your AAA games.
Well, if I don't see any rope physics, you're not getting my $60. We swing over to the tree, which is massive and beautiful. From the branches, we approach the trunk and notice the tree is a bit lived in. For example, there are windows in it. There's for sure some critters living their best lives in here, and they're pretty advanced if we're seeing windowsills. Through a repurposed pot lid, we find a passageway into the tree. Behind the pot lid is a small door. Cody looks at this and says, small door in a tree? I don't like it. He also doesn't like contributing to the household's income, but we do what we can. I march up to the door and knock, and Cody immediately is questioning what I'm doing. Then a peephole slides open, and we see the eyes of a squirrel who asks, who sent you? Cody tells him that we come in peace, and I tell him we're just going to the house. The squirrel asks what business we have at the house, and I give up because I can't explain all this and just ask if we can get to the house through the tree. A mason jar drops down, trapping Cody and I. I'm surprised, he's angry, and we're trapped in a glass case of emotion. The squirrel shuts the door, and we're alone. While we're trapped in a jar in a tree, Rose gets up and goes through the house. She walks in to see her dad, who's frozen to the computer with his back to her. She tells him that she has to tell him something, It's important. She asks, have you heard of this book by Dr. Hakim? He says it's important to forgive each other because then you can always become friends again. The brain-dead man does not move.
Oh my god, she really is just like, all right, you're just zonked.
Well, not yet. Rose offers, if you want, you can borrow the book. With her father non-responsive, Rose gives up on this useless man, just like her mother.
Oh, stop.
Cody and I wake up tied to chairs in an interrogation room deep in the tree, which is a crazy thing to happen after that. Through thick glass, the squirrels are observing us. I ask Cody if he's okay. He gives me a sarcastic response and does not ask how I'm doing. The squirrels ask if we're working for the wasps. We're not, and we also don't know what the fuck is happening, so we're honest. The squirrels don't believe us, so they put our allegiances to the test. They release 2 wasps in the interrogation room. Instantly, they start stinging us, and we die, dissolve, and repatriate.
Oh.
This happens several times before the squirrels realize we do not, in fact, work for the wasps. The squirrels are curious about how we can't die, but write it off as superpowers and move on pretty quickly.
They're really ready to accept that.
Yeah, they're like, yep, I get it, move on.
Way faster than May is, and she's the one with the superpowers.
Being an engineer isn't necessarily a superpower.
Well, oh my god.
They remove the wasp via a sucking tube, and the big squirrel, Mr. Big Squirrel, enters the interrogation room. He confirms our goal, to get to the house. He promises that his team can get us there on one condition. We help them, too. Cody loudly whispers his complaints, and I tell him to shut the fuck up. We enter the threshold of the tree and find an entire squirrel militia. The base is made up of discarded house items like electronics. Cody is especially annoyed to see a TV remote control. He really loses it when he sees his old underwear being used as the wings of a makeshift airplane.
They go full-blown Rescue Rangers on it.
It's
so
so
good.
cute.
I love it.
I tell him it's really not that big of a loss. And he tells me I used to love those underwear. And I clarify, I used to. Because I don't love you anymore.
Oh my god.
Mr. Big Squirrel says that the wasps have invaded the tree and killed many squirrels. He tasks us with killing them. Cody is confused to hear that he is now a mercenary and asks if Mr. Big Squirrel is nuts. This man asked a squirrel if the squirrel is nuts. I hate Cody.
Sometimes the pun just happens naturally.
No, it doesn't.
It does, and you don't mean for it. And sometimes it's like saying to, like, you see over there to a blind person, like, oh shit, I'm sorry. Or like, what'd you say to a deaf person, you know?
No, I've never done that.
Oh, God,
I'm not an asshole.
It's happened.
Dr. Scientist Squirrel introduces the level's mechanics. I mean, the weaponry that the squirrels have developed to kill the wasps. Cody is working with the tree sap Havshaki 57, a word I can't pronounce, but it is a cannon that shoots out tree sap.
Love it.
I get fitted with the Drill Baser X200, a gun that makes tree sap explode with matches. It's a great 1-2 punch, and it feels so good to be May. Mr. Big Squirrel reveals he had an undercover agent that was operating in the colony as the robot Queen Wasp, tricking all the worker wasps into pledging their allegiance to her. But instead of wiping out the wasps, the agent was seduced by the power of being the queen bee and pledged allegiance to the wasps and has turned its back on the squirrels.
No.
Now Mr. Big Squirrel wants the coward dead, along with his entire new wasp family.
This is intense.
Yeah, Cody's like, okay, man, I got you. Let's do this.
Let's kill some things.
We get sent out and regroup, now in the war zone. Cody complains about killing wasps, and I remind him that we wouldn't be in this predicament if he had cleaned out the fucking hive like I asked him to. Cody tells me we wouldn't be here if I hadn't knocked on the squirrel's door, which is not the same thing. I asked him to remove wasps from a home I share with my child, and he's mad that me, as a small wooden doll, knocked on a tiny whimsical door.
I mean, if you hadn't, we wouldn't be here.
He's petty and he can't take criticism, and I hate this man. Cody starts screaming about how he doesn't trust the squirrels, and we bicker because he's being the actual fucking worst. And then he says he can't wait for us to get back to our bodies to get divorced, and I'm so glad too. And then a sheet drops down and separates our path through the tree. These paths let us get acquainted with our new armory and also take a breather from each other because we're getting a little heated.
Yeah, I feel like we do.
We are in the dreamy atmosphere of doing firearms practice in the 1,000-acre wood. It's pretty magical. Our paths converge and we get to do partnered target practice, Cody shooting sap and me exploding it. The world in the tree is a labyrinth of sticks to blow up and big castle gates. Between our squirrel weaponry and the ropes, we navigate our way through the tree. There's some labs where squirrel scientists are experimenting on acorns. There's a maze of minecarts running through where we jump from rail to rail.
Oh, I love the minecarts.
Yeah, and it's very Donkey Kong, and that was intentional. Joseph Fares is a huge Nintendo fan and has said that all the Nintendo references are specific and thoughtfully placed.
Oh, yeah, you can tell, and some of them are very blatant.
Yeah, they're not being subtle. We make it deep into the tree to wasp territory, where wasps are not only considerably larger than our doll bodies, but also flying trained soldiers. Our battle becomes a dance of Cody shooting the wasps with sap and me setting it off with my rocket launcher and making them explode. This is silly, but it is earnestly a very fun battle system, and I had a great time with this. And I watched an interview where one of the developers that worked on this was like, so with Cody, it's a lot of spray and pray. You can put a lot of sap down. With May, you have to wait for the sap to go down. So just to balance it so you don't get bored as May, they increase the aggressiveness of the battle characters, the wasps attacking May more, so that she had something to do to evade while Cody's laying down sap.
That's really thoughtful.
Yeah, so they were trying to find ways just to make it super accessible for someone who's really good at platforming and someone who's not good at platforming, because it's rare that you can kind of find someone who's on your level. Our playthrough is a very good example of that. But it's also, this is a date night game. Maybe you're not both gamers, so you need to have some level ability to it, you know?
I agree, which is why I find it so fascinating. They gave a lot of what you would typically associate as masculine traits in terms of weaponry and things like that to May.
They gave guns to the girl and it was fucking awesome.
Yeah, exactly. They gave her a lot of offensive weapons and they gave a lot of defensive weapons to Cody.
Yeah, entirely, which is so fucking fun.
Yeah.
This set of battles leads to a boss battle with a very angry wasp wielding a blade saw on a stick. It's also using a half of a soup can as a shield. It's like this big battle bug. And I have to out loud tell Cody that his back isn't armored and to shoot there because Cody has no logic or sense. Eventually, we blow his ass up and approach a big vault door that he was guarding. The vault door leads to the hive, and it's massive. It's the same scale at the end of Dead Space 2, where they approach the marker and it's taking up an immeasurable amount of space and scope. There is a wasp communication network going off that sounds like an alarm saying that there are 2 intruders. The queen demands they be eliminated. The soldier wasp confirms the order and set out to eliminate the intruders. Me and Cody. We approach quietly because they are all on our dick right now, and Cody says that the queen is scary. Because of course, if there's a woman in power, Cody is intimidated.
That's not what's scary about it.
Uh-huh. I tell him not to worry, because we know that the queen is a secret agent. The queen is just a part of the squirrel team in a wasp robot. Cody stands his ground and says, well, she's very scary. He actually looks at me and says, you know what? Maybe we should just head back. From above, as if summoned, a flying Dr. Hakim comes down, calling Cody a stupid fucking loser chicken.
What? He doesn't say it exactly like that.
He does the burr, 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 burr.
Okay.
Is that not what I said? He lands and asks if Cody is chickening out, and Cody immediately lies and says, no, we were just looking. And Dr. Hakim says, you look scared like 2 little chickens. I don't know why I'm being brought up into this bullshit, but okay. Dr. Hakim says that we need to remember that collaboration is key. He fucks off, but as he does, he points at Cody and goes, and then poofs away. Humiliated by his own cowardice, Cody says, I think that book is annoying.
Yeah, he is.
We head towards the hive because fuck it, we ball. We take an empty flank path to roll up on the soldiers and jump immediately into battle. But we're learning, we're collaborating, we're using evasive maneuvers, we're killing these wasps like a massacre on Wisteria Lane, baby.
Massacre on Wisteria Lane? The desperate housewives are getting slaughtered now?
A wasp is a white Anglo
Oh my
Saxon
god,
Protestant.
stop.
It's a pun. This battle set is incredible. There's a larva, there's different sizes of wasps. It's so cool, and it's so satisfying. We fight our way deep into the wasp fortress and get into a very fun boss battle with the mortar wasp, who has several wasps imprisoned in his area. This guy's batshit crazy, and will yell shit like, bleed like the squirrels, during battle. which is an insane thing to say.
I love it.
Just past this, we find that the Wasps have stolen my camera and they created a selfie station with it.
How? Okay.
It's actually really cute.
Okay.
There are more wasp battles that turn into waves of wasps assembling in front of us. We run and slide through the tree, taking them all out. It's so badass. This massive battle drops us off at the feet of a river inside the tree. Cody immediately complains about swimming, and I find a piece of wood we can float on and use as a boat. He is useless. I am a problem solver. Cody complains that we don't have oars, and I tell him we have an engine, and nod at his gun. He looks around because he does not see an engine, he just sees a gun. I look through him because I do not see a viable partner. He uses his sap gun to shoot the boat down the river like a good little boy. Cody's impressed that his gun can do this, and I tell him everything has multiple features, you just have to see it. He loudly reminds us that I'm an engineer and I know about gadgets, which feels passive-aggressive and feels like he's diminishing how I solved a problem, but whatever. Might as well have a baby with him.
Right.
Part of this is May's fault.
It is.
Cody says his thing is nature. He loves nature. And I tell him, hey, that doesn't help us. Despite us being in a tree, one of the most naturey nature things ever. We glide through the river while wasp larvae bomb us from above. It's epic as fuck. Cody steers while I shoot, and we navigate loose tree roots, bends in the river, and aerial attacks. Through this, the score to Flight of the Bumblebee plays in the background. It's fucking perfect.
I fucking loved that moment.
I think I turned to you and was like, is this Flight of the Bumblebee?
Yeah, we definitely called it out.
This escalates into a full-scale battle on the water, inclusive of water tornadoes spun up by the wasps. It's unreasonably epic. It's a perfect game of the year. The battle brings our boat to the edge of a waterfall, and we take a tumble over. Everything goes black. We land on our makeshift boat after a long fall. It's dark here. We're under the earth in a secret waterway. It appears that there's jellyfish in this waterway, which I think are beautiful. We figure we might as well head forward, so Cody goes back to steering the ship. We eventually ditch the boat when we land ashore. There's a lantern in here we explode to make work, and it's so pretty. Very serene and dark down here. It feels almost like stargazing. We hop along the backs of jellyfish to keep going through the tree. There's golden mushrooms glowing and rot through the paths. A ground path brings us deeper, and we find chalk art on the walls depicting the squirrel's history. There's even a wall that shows us and Rose as a family together.
Oh.
This mystical holy land of the squirrels opens up to a hollow airway within the tree. We glide across blue magical airways, and our hooting is echoed through the tree. The airways lead us to a mythical see-through catfish. We sit on its back, and it glides us through secret paths. Joseph Ferris apparently told his team he wants it to feel like you're on LSD.
Okay, I was going to say acid trip.
Yeah, nailed it.
Yeah, all right, excellent. That's exactly what he was going for. That's exactly what I thought.
Fucking nailed it. Yeah, this section is supposed to just be like so trippy, so surreal. Is it in the tree? Who knows? Who cares? Who gives a fuck if you're in the tree or not? Just roll with it.
It's psychedelic, man.
Yeah. Since Cody said his thing is nature, I ask what the fish is, and he says, oh, this fish? This is a big fish. He is big useless. The catfish sings out whale songs and ends up swimming through a wall. As it does, our platform goes away, and we're left to free fall through the tree. As we fall, I yell out what I've known in my heart. Damn you, Cody.
Once again, you have not learned the lesson of, like, why are you always blaming Cody? Because immediately you're blaming Cody.
If he knew about nature, he could probably get the fish to not lose us.
the acid fish?
Yeah, the acid fish. I said what I said. We land with a thud on the ground, with some light shining between interwoven wooden branches. Cody complains that he is tired of falling. I try to get him to appreciate that he can get back up, but, as we know, he's useless. This area is pretty empty, and we move forward to see an elevator. We hop on the elevator and head up to the surface, but, unfortunately, this is wasp territory. The wasps come up as we ascend, and now they have saws. It's a whole fucking thing. They come out trying to chop us into bits on the elevator.
Like we're little sushis.
It's a game mechanic that works on so many levels.
Oh, because it's an elevator.
You get me.
Well done.
This elevator takes us straight up to the very well-armed hive. We're ushered into an arena, like some gladiatorial coliseum type shit. The wasps in the audience chant, "Kill! Kill! Kill!" down at us while they ride in the stands. A challenger enters the arena with us, and we're face to face with a giant beetle. It's so big, and honestly, even as a human, you'd be like, holy shit, that's a big fucking beetle. It acts like a bull, raging at us. We apply evasive maneuvers and tactical shooting and take down the big-ass bug. The crowds are raging as we get closer to the bug to put it down for good. Then, it begins to beg for its life.
Oh my god!
The big beetle says, "I'm just a beetle. I don't even like wasps. I'm a mercenary. I'll fight with anyone who pays me. I get paid in nectar. I'm just a little guy."
Oh, this poor guy.
Cody tells the beetle that the queen has all the nectar. If the beetle helps us take her down, he can have all her nectar. The beetle is very into this plan and tells us to jump on. We're going to the queen.
Oh, this is how Chewbacca and Han Solo became friends.
Aww. We hop on and we steer the beetle towards the queen. We bring him as central as we can towards where the hive should be, where the queen usually lives, and we see the hive. And it's right there. It's right in front of us. But the runway ends too short to make.
Oh no.
Cody tries to tell the big beetle, but the big beetle yells out, "I got this. I believe."
Oh no.
He leaps and chooses now to open his wings and fly. We all fly around the hive and get separated as Big Beetle gets hit. We land on what is clearly a fighting platform and look up to see the robot queen. She's massive, like bigger than anything we've seen, and is clearly a robot. There's like screws and shit on her. These wasps are dumb as fuck for believing this is the real queen.
Right, they can't smell worth a shit.
She's also like 4 or 5 times as big as a squirrel and clearly made out of metal. So like, I don't know what they thought was happening. We yell at her saying, "Hey bitch, you're not the real queen. You're a robot. Obviously."
Clearly, I'm an engineer.
She calls us liars and has her inner circle of soldiers attack us. There's 2 circles of about 40 wasps each on either side of the queen. The Wasp Queen is a very fun boss battle. It's fantastic how each boss battle evolves up to be more complex and building on how well you work as a team and what mechanics are in play in that level.
I agree entirely.
This whole game is brilliant. Game of the year. During this battle, Robo Bitch says things like, "I'll squash you like a bug," which feels like a slur in this situation. The gameplay is a lot of rail riding, shooting, and evasive maneuvers.
Oh, I love the rail riding in this.
It's a long, escalating battle that feels monumental to play through. Once we take the robot down to see the secret agent from the squirrels, we realize this bitch isn't a squirrel at all. It's a fat as fuck fuzzy bumblebee.
It's a big fat bumblebee.
And she says, "No, I'm the queen."
Oh.
As her team comes in, they realize she's not the real queen. She's just some fat fuzzy bumblebee.
Oh no.
One yells out, "She fooled us." The bumblebee stutters over her words. Cody yells at the wasp that he told them, obviously she was fake. She had fucking staples on her head. Then, behind the bumblebee, they see her secret stash of nectar.
So much nectar.
The wasps are furious she's lied to them and kept nectar from them.
Stockpiling it.
The wasps decide to kill all of us. The bumblebee, Cody, and me for some reason.
Oh god.
Cody and I jump to hang on to the bumblebee, and she flies us out of the wasp's nest. On the way, we shoot up the nectar tank, and it blossoms as it bursts through the entire hive. The explosion pushes us far out of the hive and into the wilderness of the tree. Cody and I get up, and we hear the bumblebee crying. She feels she has nothing to live for now. She says, "What's the point if she can't be special?" Cody argues that she is special. She's one of the noblest pollinators in nature. Bees pollinate crops that feed 90% of the human population. And he's getting real special interest heavy on this bumblebee. And this does work because the bumblebee finds her confidence in knowing how many humans rely on her.
Honestly, I would have just complimented her robot building skills.
He's like, "Bitch, you should build mechs.
Yeah.
You could fight Godzilla."
Get into STEM.
Women
we need
in
more
STEM.
women in STEM.
Yes. I agree. We look around to see the squirrel militia surrounding us. Mr. Big Squirrel identifies the traitor, their secret agent Bumblebee, and demands to know why we haven't killed the traitor yet. We tell them that she saved us, and all the wasps are gone now, so we actually, did solve most of the problem. Mr. Big Squirrel turns and commands his men to shoot them all.
Oh.
The armed squirrels open fire on us, and we run and get past a door that we can lock. Bumblebee is like, all right, that was crazy, I'm out. We run and see that we're at the feet of the makeshift airplane that is using Cody's old underwear as the wings. I run towards the cockpit and tell Cody to drive.
The cockpit of the underwear plane?
Yeah. Cody complains but does obey. The plan works, and Cody picks up driving a plane quite quickly.
Cody's played a lot of Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, he's like, make me the pilot, I got this.
Yeah.
The squirrels burst through and shoot at us, but we're already far, far away, and they can't shoot for shit. Mr. Big Squirrel pivots his plan and sends some soldiers to get cannons and some to arm the Air Force. Cody pilots the plane while I sit in the shooter's nest, and I pew, 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 our path clear. The squirrels do deploy their Air Force and cannons, but they're no match for two halves of a whole idiot, smashing our way through the tree. We make our way through the canals of the tree and eventually come out into the sunshine, away from the armor of the arbor world. We've left the tree. There's some shuffling, but I'm so pleased to be out of the tree now, I don't give a fuck. As we breach, I stand above the shooter's nest. I'm on the wing, and I'm face to face with Mr. Big Squirrel.
Oh no.
He points and tells me, I can't wait to smash your wooden face. And I tell him, I can't wait to kick your furry ass.
Hell yeah.
There is a whole fighting section with Mr. Big Squirrel on the top of the flying plane that wasn't truly admittedly inspired by Street Fighter, and it's incredible. I don't know what the fuck Cody's doing, because this is about me now. I am the main character, and it is fucking awesome. The boss battle with Mr. Big Squirrel ends with me throwing his body up and slamming it down on top of the plane. He falls off, the plane begins to violently descend. Cody begins to lose his grip on the plane, and I reach out to grab him. The body of the plane falls off, and we hang onto the wings, Cody's old-ass stinky underwear, and we hand glide down the rest of the way into Rose's bedroom. Success!
Perfect.
This sequence is actually a nod to Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons. There's a very similar flying co-op sequence in that.
Really? Because this was
Yeah.
incredible, because you said you didn't know what Cody was doing. I was flying the plane the whole time.
As you should be.
Yeah.
I'm a passenger princess.
Yeah, it was just really cool to see a fight going on the roof of my plane. That was just so cool.
And it's not what you're supposed to focus on.
No, I'm supposed to be focusing on flying.
This is crazy. Rose doesn't notice us flying into her open window because Rose is downstairs looking for an adult. She goes downstairs holding Moon Baboon, a monkey astronaut stuffed doll. May's human body is nearly comatose, sprawled across the couch. To Rose, she saw her mom come home from work, tell her daughter she's getting a divorce over dinner, and now is passed out on the couch.
And will not wake up.
May is not being responsible for her daughter right now. Rose proudly tells May that she found Moon Baboon. May is unresponsive. Rose looks nervous and asks her mom, if you're still getting that headache again, and maybe when you're feeling better, we can all play with all the space toys you got me?
Oh.
Rose gets sad and tells her unconscious mother that they haven't played in a really long time. She also tells her, again, the mom is very unresponsive, that she talked to Dad and he wants to be friends again, just so you know.
Oh, she's lying there, but
Well, her dad's a liar too. That's where she gets it from.
that's fair.
Rose gives up on May and walks away. Rose walks up to her bedroom, defeated. She tosses Moon Baboon across her bed. We are currently hanging on to her windowsill. The plane bounced off the house, so we let go and let the plane crash into the bushes below. We look down from the window at our heartbroken daughter. I hope she's okay, and Cody assures me she's fine. I want to go talk to her, and Cody, for the first time, says something useful and reminds me that we're dolls and we shouldn't further traumatize her for today.
Yeah, not today.
Dr. Hakeem interrupts our fight to say, are you really ready to talk to Rose? Can you talk to her without fighting each other? Which, okay, he's got us
All right,
there.
scene.
Yeah. I tell Dr. Hakeem that Rose isn't the problem. Cody is. Cody says that I'm the problem. And Dr. Hakeem says, see, you're not ready. Cody and I realize he's trying to stop us. And fuck this guy. We hate him. We jump, and that coward Dr. Hakeem poofs away.
This is the most united they've been the entire time, is in their hatred of Dr. Hakeem.
Hatred does bring couples together.
That is a fact, though.
We land on a pillow in a fort. I stop Cody and I ask him, hey, what if we can't make Rose cry? My baby daddy is pretty confident we can make our daughter cry. I make great decisions. We platform our way through the pillows and find a small alcove with 2 action figures. Leo Caruso and Vincent Moretti. These two are escaped prisoners trying to get revenge on a drug lord named Harvey. You know, normal shit for a 9-year-old girl to be playing with.
These are Rose's dolls?
Yes. Cody says the figures are from his favorite video game, A Way Out.
Oh, great.
So, you gotta throw it in there a little bit.
That's really well done.
I feel like there's gotta be a more gentle way of doing it than...
This is my favorite video game.
Yeah. But I get it. There's a vague women in STEM theme throughout the fort. There's a lot of space shit. You can also unlock the audio of Neil Armstrong's words on the moon.
Oh, that's cool.
We go along and end up on a platform at the foot of Moon Baboon. He's massive and he's angry at seeing 2 new faces in his domain. We greet him and he asks how we know his name. And then he calls us traitors.
Oh.
He's grouchy and he yells that he's the only one who can protect Rose from the dark side of the universe. I explain that as her legal guardians, we are also assigned to protect Rose, so we're on the same team here. Moon Baboon slams his fists and calls us liars, saying our mission is to make her cry, which it is, so okay, I see you.
Kind of our mission, yeah.
Moon Baboon whips out a voice recorder and plays receipts of Cody saying we have to make her cry, like a lot, like rivers of tears, like how do we get super divorced to make her cry type shit.
Oh my god, why do you have surveillance?
Honestly, last time Cody fucked me over this hard, we got Rose 9 months later, so I'm rolling with it. Moon Baboon demands to know what evil planet we're from. Cody says America. Cody stumbles through explaining we just need a few tears. Moon Baboon says we will never get a tear from Rose, and we're stuck in here forever. Then he fucks off, and Cody has a panic attack. I have to hold it down for everyone, because no one has their shit together. And I explain, hey man, we're not really in space. This is a bunch of space toys. I go over to some space toys and toss one at Cody. Just as I suspect, the belt I threw at him makes him grow really, really big, and then shrink down super, super tiny, and then go back to normal.
You expected that.
It's a very fun mechanic, and I am a scientist. I am a woman in STEM, of course. I tell him it's cosmic inflation and give him the remote so he can control his size. For me, I grab space boots that let me walk upside down on certain surfaces. We head out, and, atmospherically speaking, we're in a whole-ass fucking space station.
It's great.
There's floating platforms hanging loose in a dark and starry sky. There's these anti-gravity platform tubes where we float and fly. There's some rockets throughout. It's fucking gorgeous. While we're enjoying the world, Moon Baboon yells out that we're traitors and he's gonna get us because he's a buzzkill. Through the zero-gravity area, we come up to a platform with a lot of portals out to platforming game levels. It's very Crash Bandicoot. Each of the levels is an immersive astronomy space world where we mostly have to put batteries into robots. We do a round of portals, and then we move on to another round of portals. We jump into the center of the anti-gravity space, and we float up to the next level area. Cody takes this opportunity to start whining. He's cranky, he's nauseous, he's mad. Dr. Hakim has had it up to here and poofs in, telling us to stop fighting. He tells us to focus on the mission and to collaborate. Cody and Dr. Hakim go back and forth mockingly saying blah, blah, blah to each other until I tell both of them to shut the fuck up. Dr. Hakim yells, collaboration, at us one more time, and then he poofs away.
He loves to give the topic like as a shout every time just before he disappears.
Yeah, because he has to have the last word, and he's like, I might as well make the last word count. What was my mission? Collaboration. Got it. I'm on it. We float up to another platform full of portals and get to work. We hop through one portal here that's a bunch of cushions in space with rockets and radars. There's a secret here where if May or Cody hone in on the right part of space with the radar, there's an audio of Dr. Hakim practicing saying collaboration to himself.
No.
And then he decides it's all in the hips. It's clearly him talking to himself in the mirror, being like, collaboration. No, say it stronger. Collaboration. Yeah. All right, now we need to put more hips in it. Collaboration.
Oh my god.
And then there's a second, even more hidden Easter egg where the team snuck in a censored version of the Fuck the Oscars speech from the Game Awards.
No, really?
Yes, and like to the team's credit, the fuck words are censored so they could maintain their T for teen rating.
But imagine stumbling on that by accident.
I mean, like, what the fuck happened?
And not knowing anything about the Fuck the Oscars speech.
I don't follow game news.
Yeah.
I just wanted to play something fun. Joseph Ferris said that EA did not know about the Fuck the Oscars Easter egg until after it came out. That's how well it was hidden.
Oh, damn.
And then they had to be like, what are you going to do?
Yeah, exactly. It's already out there.
You going to take it out? You can't take it out. We made discs. You're not getting it out. We get back on our grind and close out the other portal levels. As we do, Moon Baboon is furious. We hear him on the intercom saying he will not stand for this. He fucks off to close off the control room. I tell Cody it's probably lasers he's working on, but we can handle lasers. After some solid platforming, we get directly into the control room. Moon Baboon's control room is focused on Rose, and there's a screen live tracking her overall happiness. The security feed shows Rose is just kind of sitting in her room, not doing anything, especially since all the adults are limply comatose just throughout the house. Cody says something of value for once, saying, hey, this stuffed animal that's tracking our daughter is creepy.
Yeah, a little bit.
The reporting shows that Rose's laughter is down year over year, and her worrying is at critical levels. Cody confidently hits a button that is unmarked, and we get sucked up into an anti-gravity area once again. We're dropped into a gravity chamber, and Moon Baboon flies down on his flying saucer to call us traitors again. He tells us to prepare to die, and we get a nice Moon Baboon boss battle.
Hell yeah.
It's very classic platformer. It feels like a Crash Bandicoot boss, ironically, in this world where we had like a whole series of Crash Bandicoot levels.
Yeah, it's a lot of Crash Bandicoot references.
A lot of running, jumping, timing things out, where to be in the battlefield, when to attack, exactly like a classic Crash Bandicoot boss. And yes, I was right, there's lasers. We fly for a while until Cody gets really, really small, sneaks onto Moon Baboon's ship, and ejects Moon Baboon from his own flying saucer, which is cool as fuck. Once the seat's free, I jump into the saucer to get us moving. We're not done here yet, though. I fly the saucer after Moon Baboon, and Cody uses the laser to chase after Moon Baboon. He falls, and we hop out of the saucer to talk to him after we've lasered him down a bunch. I ask how do we get to Rose, and he refuses to tell us, saying he has to protect her. He says he's her best friend. Cody says, I don't know, she hasn't really played with you in a couple of years. I hate Cody. Cody starts jumping down his throat about observing Rose. He's like, that's fucking creepy, which I'm like, yeah, thank you. I try to keep the peace and offer to make Moon Baboon and Rose friends again. We can get them to spend time together. I tell him I can tell Rose to play with him more and we can do space shit together. And this brings life back to Moon Baboon. He agrees to help us get to Rose.
I kind of love that Moon Baboon is just a Toy Story toy.
Who's obsessed with her owner.
Yeah, just wants to be played with.
Yeah. Moon Baboon makes us promise we won't make Rose cry and to tell her she'll always have her best friends. We have no intention of committing to either of those, but Cody lies and says, of course. Moon Baboon lifts a red button clicker and hits it. As he does, the anti-gravity lifts us up and flies us out. We land directly on Rose's bed, inches away from her.
Oh, hell yeah.
She's writing something down and we run to her. We're yelling for her, telling her it's us, but she can't hear us. I go up and start tapping her arm, but it's no use. Cody starts kicking her in the arm, and he looks dumb as fuck while he kicks our child, but whatever.
So, like, we're not even real.
In anger, I kick Rose's eraser, and it tips over a bit. Rose notices it tips over, but doesn't really think much of it.
Okay, so we're kind of real.
Yeah, and like, as a scientist, I identify she can't see us, she can't hear us, but what she can see is what we interact with in the world. So if our goal is to make her cry, my conclusion is that we have to destroy something she loves. Somehow, Cody thinks this is a bad idea. Cody, who is a walking bad idea, thinks this is a bad idea.
Which means it's probably a really bad idea.
I look up at the top of the cardboard castle and see her stuffed elephant, Cutie.
No, this is gonna be a terrible idea.
Rose loves her elephant. It's her best friend, despite what Moon Baboon will have you think. If we destroy the elephant, we make her cry. Cody is now on board, cheers to this idea, and says she'll cry a river.
Yeah, because he knows his daughter actually and knows that this will devastate her.
And they're so excited to do it. and we rejoice, then figure we have to get across her room to destroy Cutie. I'd say it'd be a lot easier to do if Cody ever cleaned her room. Cody says at least he didn't buy her a crazy space monkey that tried to kill us. I think he's just jealous he can't afford to buy her space monkeys of any morality level. I tell him to shut his clay face, and we jump off the bed and into the depths of Rose's room. On the way in, I tell Cody we have to buy her a replacement after this. Rose really loves her elephant. He says she wasn't super into it, but recently has been playing with it a lot again. We traverse the play area of Rose's room, solving puzzles with toys and blocks. There's a whole area where I traversed a fucking abacus. Like, it doesn't make sense what toys they're buying for her. I'm also constantly in awe of how much dumb shit Rose has in her room. Like, there are a couple points where I'm like, there's a lot of junk in here. We need to clean this place out.
Kids' toys just accumulate, though.
They really do.
And then they pile up and pile up. And if you got a creative kid, they're going to use all of them.
Truly. And, like, based on the complexity of the academia and evergreen toy theming in this area, Rose seems to be a hoarder at a young age.
Oh, no.
We bounce around until I find 2 fidget spinners. This is a period piece, clearly.
Yep.
Cody says we should use them, and they turn into green goblin gliders.
Oh, hell yeah.
We can basically fly now, bitch.
We can fly now.
We fly through a bounce house world and a ball pit. As we get across Rose's room to Cutie the elephant, we are regrettably reunited with Dr. Hakim.
Ugh.
He announces that life is like a kaleidoscope. My plan is working. You two like each other more now. No, we don't.
Do we?
We gotta keep going. We got a relationship to fix. Dr. Hakim picks up a kaleidoscope and we get sucked into it.
Oh, great.
This begins a sequence that's trippy even for this world. We are inside the kaleidoscope as the colors and lights twist and bend. Cody is screaming and I'm screaming at him to stop screaming. We platform through the kaleidoscope into a puzzle bridge. It's a thing where you got to step on tiles to get them to turn into a different color, and I locked the fuck in. In our playthrough, my brain solved this, and, like, you can see a light switch in my head
right.
of just, like, I understand. Tom, stop moving. I just barreled through it. It was unreal. We defeat the kaleidoscope puzzles, and its reality shatters, leaving us with shards at a landing in the room. I am aching, and Cody is complaining about how he's about to throw up. And I remind him that he's a clay doll. He can't throw up.
Physically cannot throw up.
As if to defy me purposefully. Cody barfs up a small spat of clay.
Oh my god.
He says it's actually kind of funny that it doesn't smell weird. I'm going to leave him as a clay doll and bake him alive in an oven. And once he's cured and hardened, I'm going to smash him into a million pieces and vacuum them back up in the vacuum that fucking hates them. And then I'm going to set the vacuum on fire.
And then I'll just repatriate.
What the fuck, Tom? Barfiel's Cody has his eyes on Cutie, spotting her high above in this royal-themed part of Rose's room. I ask how we're gonna get up to Cutie, and Cody says, we go through the magic castle, which he built, by the way.
Ooh, the magic castle.
He knows the way, and he just asks that I trust him. I would rather he ask for alimony, which actually he probably will, so fuck me twice.
You know Cody's getting alimony.
Oh, he's 100% getting alimony.
Oh my god, he is used to a certain kind of lifestyle.
We solve a quick puzzle, then take a handcar pumped trolley down a set of train tracks that span Rose's kingdom. We go through a dinosaur playground, a world of volcanoes, lots of really cool set pieces that Cody helped Rose make. I'm actually a little proud of him for this one because this shit is whimsical. We get down to a waterway and board a ship with cannons on board. We set sail for the castle. Cody says it's so great all the toys he got for Rose are getting put to use. I look up, see a massive blue ring octopus plushie splashing about, owning its own lake.
A deadly octopus.
Well, maybe it's actually not really a lake.
Oh no.
Cody looks up at the octopus and insists it's just a silly toy. We steer the ship out and use the cannons to fire on structures in the way and pointy squids that do not like our presence in the water. All the squids being fried makes me think of calamari. The waterway takes us to an arena and the gates shut behind us. We're locked into a battle with other ships being manned by other cephalopods. We have some rounds of good old-fashioned cannonball fights and then move out of the arena towards Cutie the elephant. We do end up splashing around with the big blue ring octopus. One I have tattooed around my thigh in real life.
Huge one. Literally, before I knew your name, I knew you as the girl with the giant octopus tattoo.
I've read that book. The octopus picks up our ship with one tentacle. I asked why Cody had to buy this stupid, ugly thing, and Cody defends our attacker, saying, hey, it's cute in real life. Cody turns his attention to the octopus. He tells it not to listen to me and begs for us to be let go. We clearly are not worthy of the massive octopus, and he simply flings our boat over his shoulder. We go flying, but land on the boat, and the boat lands right side up. Thank God, so now we're okay. We stand and realize the octopus has a whirlpool going, and we need to get shooting. We steer the ship around the octopus and hit it with cannons when we can. Through this battle, the octopus summons rubber ducks with sticks of dynamite on their backs, and they attack us. The sense of humor in this game is unfucking paralleled.
It's great, and the creativity is just amazing.
Oh, fully. We defeat the octopus, and our ship pulls up to a train track. There's another handcar pump trolley we can take, so we continue our adventure. This track takes us through a pirate world complete with skeletons and doubloons. Cody says it reminds him of the haunted house ride. We talk about it and how it was the worst first date ever, but we survived.
A haunted house for the first date. Oh my gosh.
I think the theory is like, oh, she's gonna be scared and cuddle me, but they probably both were fucking scared as shit, going, this is your fault, we shouldn't have done this.
Yeah, this is entirely Cody's fault.
You admit it.
Yeah, this one's Cody's fault.
The train tracks start to take us through a carnival-themed area with balloons and tents and games. We stop at an intersection, and Cody is upset because there's a bridge we need to use that is raised up. I see it's winched by Rose's scary clown balloon, which is literally just like a scary clown face.
Not like the It balloon.
No, that's fair. That is a scary balloon.
That is a scary clown balloon, yeah.
This is one that Cody fucking hates, which I understand. I know there has to be a way to lower the bridge, and just then, a Jack-in-the-Box pops out who says the bridge is only lowered for visitors of the castle. And I say, hey, that's great. We are visiting the castle. The Jack-in-the-Box tells us that Rose made Cutie the queen of these lands, and I roll my eyes saying, oh great, now we're killing a queen.
We're offing royalty.
The Jack-in-the-Box heard this and asked for clarification.
Oh no, why'd you say it out loud, May? Now this is your fault.
Okay, but Cody is a master liar, and he comes in quick, and his lying is just super handy here. He says, no, she said chilling. We're so excited to be chilling with the queen. The Jack-in-the-Box accepts this and says, oh, that's great, but all visitors must prove themselves worthy of seeing the queen. And the Jack-in-the-Box instructs us to throw a ball at the balloon to lower the bridge. Classic carnival game. The ball goes through a mix of a Rube Goldberg device and a platform level, which is fun and bright and an energizing section to play through. We get the ball launched at the balloon, and it tears through the clown face, lowering the bridge. The Jack-in-the-Box sends us off with her best, and we head out to see the queen. We take the train tracks trolley out to the edge of the queen's castle. At the edge of her rule is a mildly medieval affair. Knights, jousting, that whole thing. We take a bowling ball like a wrecking ball to the castle walls. The bowling ball tears through the cardboard, and we land inside the castle. A bunch of Mega Bloks looking ass soldiers surround us.
Mega Bloks.
It fully is like, you're not a Lego.
Yeah.
We tell them that we're messengers, and we have a letter for the queen. And now, just now, Dr. Hakim picks to poof in and reveal that we're here to kill the queen.
Why would you do that, you dick?
He hates us so much. The biggest Mega Block soldier, the Mega Block, asks if this is true. And Dr. Hakim says, of course, I never lie. This dumb sack of shit.
You lie plenty.
Where's my dumb sack of shit liar? Come on, get in here. Cody tells everyone that Dr. Hakim is crazy. Dr. Hakim goads Cody and tells him to show off the letter then. If you're a messenger, you've got the letter. And of course we don't, because Cody fucking lied about that.
What are you fucking doing? Rip a page out of Dr. Hakim and say, here's the goddamn letter.
I want to rip him to shreds. Dr. Hakim explains that he is the book of truth, bows, and then devotes his service to Queen Cutie. He's a fucking lunatic on top of being a lunatic.
It literally says Book of Love on your cover, not Book of Truth.
That's
See?
the whole thing.
You just lied.
Dr. Hakim then tells everyone there is no letter, and he poofs away, leaving us fucked.
Fuck you, Dr. Hakim.
The soldiers pounce on us, and we wake up in makeshift jail cells. There's even tiny toy toilets behind the bars. We're not being monitored, so I figure I'll find a way to escape. I push around the tiny toilet, and there are no pipes, but there is a path behind it. Cody moves his toilet and goes down his path as well. Once we've gotten through, we're loose in the castle halls. The castle guards are on duty nearby, so we panic and we hide in character outfits hanging in the Great Hall. Cody puts on a wizard outfit and I put on a soldier's outfit. A guard comes down and we try to stand still to look like statues. It's a great plan, and I execute it flawlessly. Cody, however, suffers a stage 3 fart attack.
Oh, God.
He farts so much, a small green cloud shows up behind him.
He's made of clay. How is he farting?
You make the little bubbles in the clay. And... Did you ever take an art class? Come on.
No, you're not wrong.
The guard takes notice, but Cody is suddenly able to wield the powers of the wizard he's cosplaying as, and he takes care of the guard.
Oh, hell yeah.
I step down and realize I have the powers of the soldier. Cody's wizard has an ice magic attack, and my flaming sword has firepower. The perspective shifts to top down, and we start wrecking house on our way to Cutie.
Oh, it's so good.
Cutie's chambers are guarded by a chessboard. My grandmother's chessboard, which I'm very annoyed at Cody for treating like a toy. And he's like, well, if you were literally ever home to play with it.
Yeah, when was the last time you touched it, May?
Then the king and queen chess pieces try to kill us. We kill them first, and we get to Cutie's gates. Our magic outfits are negated at her doors to prevent weaponry in her personal chambers. We enter, and we meet Cutie.
There she is.
Cutie is a soft, hand-stitched elephant with a small gold crown and a red cape and plastic buttons on her tummy. She's having a tea party when we enter her room. Cutie is immediately so warm and gracious for our company. She introduces herself as Rose's best friend and offers us cookies. And Cody says he loves cookies. And I don't love Cody, and I don't think I ever did.
No, but Cutie's voice is so soft and high-pitched and so adorable. Like, there is nothing offensive about Cutie in any way, shape, or form. Her name perfectly embodies her.
Right? Cutie says we don't look happy and offers her support because she wants us to be happy.
Because she's a sweetheart.
Cody hugs Cutie, and I ask, what the fuck are you doing? And I tell him to get up because we have to kill her. Cutie hears this and is very frightened hearing that they're here to kill her.
Twice you've done this, May.
Crying, she asks why we want to kill her.
She asks directly. That's so like, oh God.
Cody tells her, hey, we don't want to kill you. We have to kill you. I hate how much you're laughing because I'm so upset right now. Like,
I was
earnestly.
laughing this hard while we were playing too, because there's just something about it that just, I can't help it but laugh.
I hate this. Cutie says she loves Rose and Rose loves her and she doesn't want to die. Cutie says no, and she waddles away as quickly as her soft stuffed feet can take her. She cries and is audibly upset, and she enters a space shuttle box to get away from us. Her space shuttle begins to take off, and I throw a small cardboard circle at the space shuttle, which throws it off its course entirely.
You wreck this shit.
It causes Cutie to crash in a claw machine. We head to the crash site and pick up Cutie with the claw. She begs for her life. She begs for us to just be friends. She'll be such a good friend. Her foot gets stuck in the machine, and we tear her body away from it, maiming her.
Stuffing everywhere.
Queen Cutie cries, seeing her legs separated from her body. We go to her, dragging what's left of her body to the edge of the bookcase. Cutie begs us to stop and says friends are supposed to help each other. She calls out for Rose. She's begging Rose for help. She's begging anyone for help. Cody says he's gonna need so much fucking therapy after this.
You're gonna be responsible for so much therapy after this.
Oh, yeah. We could probably get a bulk deal.
Yeah, the whole family.
Is there a therapist with like a punch card? Maybe we can get a sandwich at the end of this?
Good lord.
Cutie's ear gets pinned down and ripped off of her face as we drag her to a high ledge. Further maimed, Cutie says everything is starting to feel fuzzy.
Oh my god.
She tries to get us to play jump rope instead, but we have a mission. We have to make our daughter cry.
She only has one leg. What was she gonna do playing jump rope?
She's gonna hold it. She's here to support Tom.
Her nose was gonna be the rope.
She tells us she loves Rose and we don't have to do this. We kick her off the bookshelf and she takes the long walk off the short plank. Cutie, missing a leg and an ear, falls to the floor. Now, Joseph Ferris has said that this is the turning point for the characters to show how far they've gotten from the point of focusing on their daughter.
Yeah.
And he's also described this as their absolute lowest point.
Yes, it is.
He's also described this as very, very funny.
They are parents who are willing to kill for their child.
Shut the fuck up. Cutie lays there. We stand above. We saw our daughter's favorite thing die. Rose is just a little only child with weird fucking parents. That Stuffy was her consistency, her comfort, her real friend. Stuffies are so much more than just something that collects dust. They're full forms of love and reliable hugs. And, fuck, I can't fucking do this. I'm not doing this. I'm upset. I don't want to do this anymore. Justice for Cutie. This is fucked up.
Are you quitting?
Yes.
Okay, so you're not going to tell the story anymore.
I'm fucking over it, Tom. I want the stuffed elephant to be happy, and it's not happy. It's sad.
No, Andrea's had a Stuffy like her entire life that she keeps with her still to this day that goes everywhere with her.
Cowbear is more family than most of the people in my family.
It's true. You have known Cowbear longer than you've known most people.
Including you.
Yes.
So remember your place in this. I love Stuffy so much. This was so fucking heart-wrenching for me. I'm unwell.
I guess this episode will take 2 to tell it then. I'll take it from here, I guess, so Andrea can recover emotionally.
I'm gonna go drink.
So the plan works, and Rose becomes a sobbing mess when she hears Cutie fall from the top of her castle.
I understand. I would be too.
She apologizes to Cutie for the fact she got hurt. Us 2 grown-ass adults begin cheering as the tears are coming on fast and thick. Now, all we have to do is get ourselves down and bathe in her literal sadness.
Jesus fucking Christ.
We slide down on a ribbon and land on the bed, cheering on Rose, telling her to keep on crying, kid. We dance in the rain like we're kids at play, soaking up our daughter's suffering while celebrating our victory. But nothing is happening, as we find ourselves soaking wet and still in our doll forms. May is furious because now we just made our daughter cry for no good reason.
Yeah, dipshit.
I don't get it. The tears should have worked. May sits down defeated, saying it's no use. We're stuck like this forever. I've heard this defeatist attitude from May before, so I let her sulk while I wander around the bed. I find a letter written by Rose laying there and call May over. In it, Rose says she's sorry for causing this. She knows it's her fault, but she knows how to fix it. All we have to do is... But then the Book of Love snatches the note out from under us before reading the next line.
This fucking poof.
We yell at him to give it back, but it's no use. Dr. Hakim's book says that before you can read it, you must learn to work together. Then he rips up the note into 4 pieces, saying we must first complete 4 challenges to receive all 4 parts of the note.
You'd think that a book would have more respect for the written word.
Right, you would think so, especially the handwritten word.
Is this cannibalism of some sort? It feels fucked. This whole game's fucked up. This is so dark for a game about a child experiencing divorce.
Yeah, right? Book of Love dives off the side of the bed, and we jump after him, leaving our crying kid clutching Cutie behind. We fall for a long time, and land in a red and white void, sitting on a big red couch. Metal cuffs lock around our waists, prompting May to shout, "This is abduction!"
It is.
In a puff of magic, the Book of Love appears and begins our first couples therapy session, whether we like it or not.
If you get strapped down during a couples therapy session, you're in a sex club.
Yeah, definitely are.
This is not an okay situation.
No.
I think you're in a porn setup. You have to run.
I do not want to be in a sex club with the Book of Love.
Ugh, that's probably where you'd find him, though.
I tell him to shut up and give us the letter. He says, "Very good. You said us instead of me, because you 2 are a team." May goes, "Yeah, and we don't have time for this."
True.
Dr. Hakim says, "Very good. Time is actually our first topic."
I'm glad you're not doing the voice.
No, not yet. Give it time. Do the 2 of you give each other enough time? May could not care less. But honestly, the question strikes something in me. And I respond that May does tend to spend too much time at work. This sets May off, saying she works so hard because she's the sole breadwinner. All while I'm home with our daughter being a stay-at-home dad or whatever the fuck it is I do.
Exactly.
May wonders how she's supposed to work for the both of us and be home all the time. Asking ridiculous questions like, should she just clone herself or something? Then she calls me ridiculous because according to her, I think time is limitless. Because apparently I have trouble keeping track of time or noticing how long projects take.
You don't know what day it is and when to bring our daughter to the tooth doctor.
The Book of Love gets excited, saying, we're making great progress. Cloning and no sense of time. Now let's get to it. He pulls a lever and the couch tips forward, dumping us into a hole that magically appeared, and we land on a wooden floor. There are carvings of animals and 2 little tracks can be seen leading toward 2 doors with hearts on them. May wonders where we are, and I admit, I have no fucking clue. The book shows up and says we're inside our family's broken cuckoo clock. He looks at May and tells her that since she seems to think cloning herself would help, she now has the ability to do so.
Hell yeah.
Suddenly, a transparent version of May appears next to her, and she freaks out at her ghostly doppelganger. This gives her the power to teleport to and take over the clone's body from where she leaves it. Then the book turns to me, saying that since I can't manage my time, I can now control time itself, giving me a watch that lets me stop, reverse, and fast forward time at my will.
I love that some of these are metaphors, like the hammer and nail one of like, here's the partnership, here's the aggressor, here's kind of the person who sets up and like hangs out. And then this one's just very literal, like, I wish I could clone myself. Got you, bitch. Delivered. Now what?
At the start of the tracks inside the clock, 2 figures appear. They're wooden versions of our human selves, running parallel to each other, but never meeting, and at points, going in different directions entirely. Good thing it's just a cuckoo clock and not a metaphor or anything.
Thank God we're done with the metaphors. We're being real literal right now.
The book tells us we have to make the 2 meet up at some point down the line, and that we'll have to work together to make it happen. The path ahead for both of the figures is blocked by some rubble. Using my newfound power, I reverse time, and the rubble becomes a sculpture of a bird, clearing the path, allowing the 2 figures, as well as ourselves, to move on to the next section.
It's very Titanfall 2, right? Is that the game that had the bounce back and forth in time mechanics?
With the time, yeah, it had that.
This is basically Titanfall 2.
Yeah.
Love it.
So much for teamwork, Dr. Book, as I did this entirely on my own. Thank you very much.
Did you call him Dr. Book?
I did. But for real, without May, I could never make it through the rest of this section. We have to work together to creatively course this crumbling cuckoo clock, carefully carving a course for our carbon copy counterparts, constantly committed to their coupling as the conclusion.
Cool.
That is, until we lose them. I don't know what happened. We got to a set of stairs, and the 2 figures went underground.
God damn it.
I figured it was just a mechanic to get the things up the stairs, but when we got to the top, we looked out at an empty space. No sign of ourselves anywhere. I asked May if the book said anything about what happens if we lose them, and she says he just kept blabbing on about time. I know she's right. I was there. I know he didn't say anything, but I just wanted to make sure. Then May gets upset, saying I agreed with Dr. Hakim about her not having enough time. I tell her that it's true, though. She never spends time with Rose or me. She's always at work. She asks me if I think she wants to be at work as much as she is. I tell her that, honestly, yeah, it's felt that way for a while. She snaps back that if she loses her job, we lose everything.
This is reasonable.
To which I remind her that spending more time at work than her family caused her to lose us instead.
Oof.
Fortunately for May, our doppelgangers appear down below in the empty space, and we continue forward, tabling that thought for now. We make it through some more puzzles. We even get to fly on some birds and throw some bombs in order to sneak into the full-scale model of Big Ben that's inexplicably inside our cuckoo clock.
That's silly.
We are about to move on to the next section when I get a sinking feeling in my chest. Something feels off about the next room, but I can't explain it. May doesn't think anything is wrong, so I offer her the option of going first. She calls me a gentleman sarcastically as she steps forward without issue. Since she's safe, I follow along. Only to have the floor beneath us give out, and the 2 of us plummet into a classic death trap.
Ugh, you did this.
A compactor. The walls begin to close in, and I realize there's nowhere to run. But May, that brilliant woman, leaves one of her clones behind, and as the wall pushes beyond it, she teleports out and shuts the machine down. So much for teamwork, Dr. Book. May did this one entirely on her own. Thank you very much, May.
And how useful was Cody? Less? Useless?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fortunately, May doesn't gloat. She just questions the logic of why the clock has so many moving parts. I tell her that's her problem. Not everything requires logic. But even I eat those words as we enter the next room, where a giant golden statue holds a big-ass keyblade. I do not know how they got away with this. But yeah, this guy is holding a sword with a key for a blade.
It's a keyblade.
He's on a spinning platform like he's a Hamilton character, and we have to turn him to get into position so he can use his keyblade to open the door to the next room.
You got a lot of special interests coming up in that little section. That's great.
We managed to fight through a couple boss battles, including the king of the castle himself, the Cuckoo, who manages to get the best of us for a moment and snatches the two of us into its claws, flying off. But I use the power of time to make the clock's pendulum swing in front of the bird, causing it to crash face first, releasing us from its clutches.
Nice.
This pisses off the clock itself, and it comes alive to attack us. We fight back, but cause an explosion. As the wooden clock splinters and becomes engulfed in flame, I freeze time. May is astonished as I keep us safe, slowly moving time forward and back, giving May sections of busted clock to climb onto and move across like she's Quicksilver in the X-Men movies. Fortunately, we're able to communicate still, but it's all distorted and slow because of time dilation. I get her to safety, then worry about myself. Once we're both safe, I release my clutches on time, and the two of us tear ass out of there. We run toward our wooden selves, and suddenly, merge with them.
Oh.
Each of us stuck on our own paths of the track. We make the clock strike 12 through sheer force of will, and everything goes quiet. Outside the clock, the two paths meet, as each of our split screens merge into one at the center, where the two of us stand awkwardly frozen in place. Dr. Hakim appears to congratulate us on our great teamwork, asking us if we feel more in sync now. May says she feels stuck as she tries to move her feet and can't. I tell him that we completed his stupid task, now give us our reward. With that, he vanishes us to the void. Out in the real world, the cuckoo clock begins to chime while lying on its side. Rose runs up to it excited, as it appears to have started working out of nowhere after ages of being broken. Up high on the wall, there's a clear shadow where the clock once hung, so Rose climbs up on a bureau and hangs it back up, saying that Mom will be happy that it's working again. She likes when things are on time. Back in Dr. Hakim's void, May and I are once again strapped to what I'm now realizing is a love seat, and the straps around our waists are our wedding bands.
Shut the fuck up, really?
They are.
I don't think we caught that in the playthrough.
We did not catch that in the playthrough, but
Damn.
looking at them like these are gold rings around their waists.
That's good. Fuck me.
He gives us the first piece of the letter, which just says, "Dear Mom," so it's not very helpful.
And it's not pertaining to you, Cody. This is for me.
He asks if we're ready for lesson number 2, and in unison, we both say, "No."
Collaboration!
The book says, "Good. Lesson 2. What keeps couples together?" I answer, "Mortgage." May says, "Kids." And Dr. Hakim says, "Wrong. The answer is attraction." May says, "We don't need to be attracted to each other anymore. We're getting divorced."
Also, look at us.
The book insists that we just lost it. That doesn't mean we can't find it again. Then does some weird little dance to a wordless song he makes up on the spot.
That's the beauty of Dr. Hakim. He is aware of the world, but he's operating in a different one entirely.
Yeah. I ask him what he's doing, and he says, "What, you don't like it?" I say no, and he slumps off, saying I am entitled to my opinion. Then he throws us down another magical hole.
Was Dr. Hakim him trying to come on to you?
No, I think he was just sad that I didn't like his dancing. We land on a snowy mountainside, and just as we're getting our bearings, Dr. Hakim arrives and starts talking about attraction and magnets. Pulling things together, that kind of shit. He pulls out a magnet, half red, half blue, and says that it will help us rediscover the attraction we used to have for each other. He snaps the magnet in two, handing each of us one half, saying one is plus, the other is minus. May says that's not how magnets work.
Women in STEM.
The book laughs, saying these magnets are special. Then he secures one half to each of our backs and vanishes.
It's great that May is like, yeah, I got snap voided into an ice world, but magnets are composed slightly differently.
Physics are still real, right?
Ma'am, you punched a wasp in the face like an hour ago. You are the sworn enemy of Moon Baboon, bitch.
We look around and May says it feels familiar. Then realizes it's the same mountain we went to on our first ski trip together.
Oh.
From high above, a monstrous Dr. Hakim looks down on us, knocking on an invisible barrier. That's when I realize we're inside the snow globe we bought on that trip. He says that to get to the next page, we have to make it to the top of the mountain, using the magnets. I tell him we're going to freeze to death first, and he says to use the power of attraction to warm ourselves up.
He said, if you're too cold, you can fuck.
Yeah, then he makes a bunch of obscene noises and gestures indicating that very thing.
But they bleeped the fuck word in a clip earlier. He's just going to air hump everything.
We head out into the snow, magnetizing ourselves around the map through intricate puzzles. Eventually, coming upon a log cabin. It's the same one we stayed in on that ski trip. Inside, we find our old winter clothes, so we put them on to warm up. It reminds us of some great times together, being all comfy cozy in the cabin. I ask May if she wants to stay and hang out a while, but she says we should really keep going. We have a mountain to climb. She heads out the back door of the cabin, and I follow closely behind. Outside, we find a river that's frozen over, and May says she'll race me to the bottom. We then ice skate together through the frozen river's path, both of us hooting and hollering in delight as we take to skating with ease in our little doll forms. At the bottom of the hill, we work together to open a door that leads into another frozen over town entirely. It was where we spent our first Christmas together. Except it seems deserted and iced over. It was so bustling when we were last here. The Book of Love appears saying that this town is a metaphor for our relationship or some shit. It used to be busy and active, now it's dead and frozen over.
Your love has gone the way of the shopping mall.
So we have to wake the town from its ice-cold slumber. We ask the book how we're supposed to do that with magnets. They can't melt ice. He says, exactly. You have to use them to ring the town's bell. It's so loud, it will break the ice. The two of us climb to the top of the tower, where May rings the bell loudly, causing the ice in the town to shatter. Slowly, the townsfolk begin to stir, and the whole town becomes active with little snowman-like creatures running around.
Okay, but what in the metaphor, what do you think she'd have to say to break the ice? Is that like, oh, do you believe in kidnapping on a first date?
Right,
or like,
exactly. Sometimes a family just needs to be shaken up, yeah.
That's a crazy icebreaker.
All these people are wearing full sets of clothing, and they all have long, pointy noses that curl up at the end. And they all talk like minions at one another as they get back to living, having now been thawed out.
Banana.
There are a few bells to ring through different sections of the town, each one restoring it to the active neighborhood we remember. Once it is, we catch a ride on the town gondola to take us to the top of the mountain. As we ride up, May points out the shop where she bought my Christmas presents that year. Which is strange, because I distinctly remember she told me she bought my gifts before the trip. Sheepishly, May admits that she did buy my gifts beforehand, but forgot them at home. So she ran out and bought new ones when we got into town. I tell her she didn't need to do that. She could have just told me to wait until we got home. She says she didn't want me to be disappointed on our first Christmas together. And I get where she's coming from, honestly. It was a sweet gesture. Besides, she just hid the presents she left at home for a year and gave them to me the following one.
I feel like this is such a turning point.
It really is, right?
This is where I actually saw just a glimpse of how they've cared for each other. And it really humanized them, which is ironic because now they're dolls, in a way to me. Because there's something so vulnerable about this conversation, and I loved it so much. It was the first time I felt like, oh, this would be a nice couple.
There's just so much hate in the now that you don't realize there was love in the past until you get to here.
Entirely.
At the top of the gondola ride, town people are having a rager. They're all partying and drinking, having a great time.
We're alive again.
So May and I steal a couple hats off some unsuspecting partiers and join in the fun. Back on the grind to the top, we see some bobsleds. May asks, "Do I feel the rhythm?" I respond, "Oh yeah, it's bobsled time." So we go full Cool Runnings and fly down the bobsled track at high speed, eventually flying off the track and landing inside the mouth of a frozen over beluga whale.
It's fucking cool.
It's disgusting. We're sloshing around in its guts, tearing open its flesh with our sleds, blood flying everywhere. For some fucking reason, May is having the time of her life.
Absolutely, this is fucking rad.
Apparently, I'm the only one who realizes there's only one way out going in this direction.
Don't think about that.
I'm proven correct as the insides get more and more narrow, eventually shooting us out the whale's asshole high into the air.
Ah, you've been through worse.
Have I? We land inside another track, which finally spits us out at the base of the mountain. But it's basically a sheer ice wall, and we have no way of climbing it. The book appears, saying that a nearby lighthouse will show us the path. But the light isn't turned on. The book says that all we have to do is... Then he jumps in the air, splashes down into an ice-cold lake surrounding the lighthouse. He surfaces and finishes saying, "Dive in."
I hate him.
I tell May that I don't do well with cold water, as we both take the plunge. I panic, saying I can't breathe, but May reminds me that we're dolls. We haven't been breathing this entire time.
Little splash of logic there for you, dipshit.
This calms me, and we swim through the surprisingly heated water. We eventually stumble upon a gigantic metal contraption with a porthole that could be opened with our magnets. So we do, and we get pulled in with the current that gets sucked into the empty vessel. The door closes behind us quickly, and we can see some of the villagers working inside of what appears to be a huge submersible, which is located directly under the lighthouse itself. Off in the distance, we see Dr. Hakim talking with the foreman of this place.
Ugh.
He's wearing a hard hat and is talking excitedly to Dr. Book. He beckons us over and says that the foreman is excited to have us. He's been needing someone to repair their candy factory for ages. We're like, candy factory? Down here. Why? He ignores us and points out a porthole window to another machine just outside, saying, "You see that generator over there? Because there's always a goddamn generator.
Every time.
If we get 3 of them fired up, it'll bring the candy factory back online." I ask if this is supposed to bring the sweetness back into our relationship or something stupid like that. And the book says, yeah, that's exactly what it's supposed to do.
Don't skip ahead.
May sarcastically says, "Cool, just give us some sweets and we'll cancel the divorce." Dr. Hakim explains that sweetness is an integral part of any relationship. For example, when was the last time May thanked me for keeping up with all of the house duties?
Her room was filthy. You couldn't get her a goddamn vegetable to eat, and she had one place to be today, and you completely fucked it up. So, not recent, dipshit.
Well, I mean mug her as she realizes she hasn't thanked me in a very long time.
Yeah,
But
give me a reason.
I'm interrupted by Dr. Book asking when was the last time I thanked her for working overtime to provide for our family.
Literally never.
So I guess everyone seems horrible here.
Mostly you.
The pipes between the generator and the factory have a leak we need to repair, and there's a big-ass, scary-ass anglerfish swimming around them, trying to eat us as we make the repairs. We puzzle solve to get the other generators online as well, and the candy factory's power is restored. Once it's back on, we're shown the doorway to the lighthouse. At the top, we turn it on, and it shines a light onto a ski lift that goes to the peak of the mountain. At least, we hope it does. Either way, chairlifts are so relaxing, and honestly, we need the break. It gives us some time to think and talk, making me realize we haven't been on vacation or even gone skiing since Rose was born. May says that Rose did take up a lot of our time, and then the bills started to pile up, and we got behind. And then time just moved forward from there, and here we are. May says that once we sell the house, maybe there will be enough money left over to take Rose on a trip to Waterland. Just the two of us. Then May can take her again in the spring. Rose wins twice. The ski lift ride concludes, and we're not at the top, but we can see it from here. We just need to ice skate over to it. So we go on another skate off, zipping through caves and grinding rails like Ratchet and Clank.
These are so fun.
We find a cabin, and May suggests going inside to see if they can tell us how to reach the top of the mountain. We open the door, and Dr. Hakim is inside waiting for us, saying we just opened a door of opportunity. When one thing dies, something new can be born. I ask him what died, and he says our relationship died. May corrects him, saying relationship with a P. He says, no, right now we have a relation shit. As in poop, caca, excrement.
This is so silly.
We need to rebuild what we had if we want to have a P instead of a T. I tell him that the relationship has already collapsed. There's no rebuilding to be done. But Dr. Hakim says that when something collapses, you don't need to rebuild the old thing. You can build something new instead. So let's break this relationship down and start fresh. But first, the break. Then the entire mountain begins to fall apart beneath us.
Oh.
I thought he was speaking in metaphors, but the two of us skate for our lives as ice chunks fall all around us.
He's given up on the metaphors. He's being very direct now.
We finally make it to safety inside a stabilized cave, but are separated by a sheet of ice. The book appears saying that our attraction has grown stronger, and now our individual magnets are being drawn to each other. Suddenly, our magnets pull us together, and we slam into the ice wall, shattering it. We use this new attraction to one another to navigate up the windy mountainside. The higher we go, the stronger the winds, and we have to use our magnets to stay close to one another and keep each other safe. We finally reach the apex, and our magnets combine into one, opening a door into the side of the mountain, so we enter and celebrate our shared victory, congratulating each other on a job well done. Then run out of things to say to one another and start talking about the fucking weather.
It is kind of funny, though, that Dr. Hakim really is just like, no, you've passed the attraction level. You're good. You're attracted to each other now.
Yeah.
And physically, not a lot has changed, but that emotional connection is bringing them closer to each other. So,
Totally.
which is nice, but it would have been fun to have a makeover section.
Right?
Like, you don't have to get all 5 queer eyes in there. Just get 2 or 3 of them. A quick zhuzh.
Right. The door led to an elevator, which begins rising to the top of the peak while we catch our non-breath. At the top, we look out over the valley below. The candy factory pouring a bright pink borealis over the land. May comments on how pretty it all is up here, and realizes now why the book sent us up here. This is where I proposed.
Oh.
I was so scared to propose, and May could tell. I forgot the entire speech I was supposed to recite. My nerves were so high. I say it was the worst proposal in the history of proposals. May tells me that she loved it. The fact I was so scared and wasn't trying to hide my fear showed her just how brave I was all along. Being scared is normal. Bravery is when you push past the fear. She loved that I was able to do so. I smile at May and start to walk toward her. When Dr. Hakim appears, la-la-laing a love song at us, saying we just shared a beautiful moment together. But there's more work to do, so let's get going.
He said that was cute. Back to work.
Yeah. Then he vanishes us along with himself. In the kitchen, Rose sits at the table feeding herself lunch since her parents are ODing in separate rooms of the house. The snow globe on the counter suddenly begins to snow, as if someone had shaken it, but nobody did. Rose picks up the globe smiling and gives it an extra shake, sending the flakes flying through the ski resort's sky. Placing it back on the counter, she sees a photograph of her parents, holding each other closely while on a ski trip, just outside a snow-covered cabin. They seemed so happy, but the photo had been lying flat. So Rose props it back up, placing it next to the snow globe.
Oh.
Back in the void, May and I are once again strapped to the love seat. Dr. Hakim next gives us the second part of the letter, which now reads, Dear Mom and Dad.
Fine, I'll share. God damn it.
So much progress.
But I'm the opener.
Now it's time for couples therapy session number 3. Passion. Apparently, I lost my passion, which he also calls my purpose or path in life. I have no idea what he's talking about. I raised my daughter. She's my passion. May says he's obviously talking about how I used to want to be a gardener. It's one of the reasons we bought the house we're in. I wanted a garden, and this home had a greenhouse. But then I stopped putting in the effort, and she doesn't understand why. I tell her I only stopped because she gave zero encouragement, like at all. Plus, every time I'd show her something I did in the garden, she didn't give a shit about it. So if I couldn't even share the thing I enjoyed with the person I love, I didn't see any point in continuing. May turns to Dr. Book and says, This is why we can't live together.
Exactly. Okay, I've been holding my breath, but Jesus Christ, Cody. If Cody needs that much encouragement to do anything, he's not passionate about gardening. He's passionate about having his ego inflated. This is ridiculous. If you can't do something for yourself, what the fuck are you doing?
I point at May saying, This is why I gave up.
Well, am I slowly turning into May?
Am I slowly turning into Cody?
God, I hope not, because I hate Cody.
Book says that it's time to reignite my passion, and he dumps us into a hole in the void for our next challenge. We land in my garden. Even after I'd given up on it, it still looks great. Thanks to my painstaking groundwork at the outset, of course. Dr. Hakim appears laughing, saying that if my groundwork is so painstaking, then what the hell is that? Pointing at a giant weed, and not the fun kind.
Tom.
He tells me to use my head if I want to get rid of it. And suddenly, the leaf sprout on my head turns into a vine and whips out, latching onto a plant.
That's so fucking cool.
Then the doctor turns to May, saying that she is going to encourage and support me through all of this, giving her a water gun and a sickle.
The sickle does not make sense. Can we just start there? Water, absolutely, because that is nourishing.
Yeah.
In the metaphor, it makes sense. This is Cody's time to shine, and May has to platform him and support this because they have to flip, and she has to be supportive of him. And then they give her a sickle, the symbol of the Grim Reaper.
Right. So I use my head vine to hold the weed in place, while May uses the sickle to hack and slash it away. Then we find a flower pot for dandelions. May waters it, causing them to sprout. I decide to dive into the dirt, and suddenly, I fly up into the air, having turned into a white puffy dandelion, and float down slowly to the ground, where I return to my normal form.
As you do.
The two of us continue through the garden until we see my old greenhouse. It's covered in spiky vines and is surrounded by a purple haze. I ask what happened, and Dr. Hakim says that's what happens when you abandon your passion. It becomes infected. Then he asks if I'm going to sit back and let my passion die, or will I fight to save it?
I'm so glad he was not passionate about, like, writing Tumblr fanfic.
Right.
Could be in, like, Sherlock hell right now.
I turn to May and ask her if she'll help. And her ride or die ass just says, let's do this.
Yeah.
So the two of us fight sentient weeds on our way through the garden, with May helping me turn into different plants like a cactus turret or a stretchy vine to puzzle our way toward the greenhouse. We get rid of the exterior vines and make our way inside. It's even worse, with briars covering everything and that purple mist everywhere. Dr. Hakim points to a flower in the center, towering high over the rest of the plants. He asks if I recognize it. I say no, I never planted anything like that before. Then he says, not even the first flower you ever planted?
Oh.
I say, that's not Joy, is it? Because yeah, I name my plants, so what?
Oh.
Well, the first one anyway. Dr. Hakim says that if we clear out the infection, Joy can blossom and thrive once more, and the greenhouse will be saved. So May and I run off to do just that. I have to say, I was impressed with May's skills with that sickle. At times, it was like watching Sora and Kingdom Hearts fight. Along the way, we end up making friends with a couple baby spiders that live in the garden. And they let us ride on their backs so we can get around quicker. They're very cute and friendly too, like not scary at all. We make sure to tell them how proud we are of them all the time, because they do a really good job of keeping us safe.
This is spider propaganda.
Until we encounter a full-sized brown widow. At least, I think it's a brown widow. Even though it looks more like a tarantula than a brown widow, honestly, I don't know a lot about spiders.
It sounds like you do.
I looked up what a brown widow looks like, and it looks nothing like this spider, but whatever.
That's as close as we got, though.
Turns out it's the mama of the two we're riding, and they run up to cuddle with her. May says they look so happy together. I tell her that this species of spider, the wife kills the husband after mating.
Look how happy she looks.
Which makes May respond, that explains why they're so happy. I walked right into that one, didn't I?
I regrettably may be turning into May a little. You know what? May has some good points. She's not wrong.
After we depart from the spiders, we head underground, where we encounter some sleeping moles that we have to sneak past by not making a lot of noise. I also understand why my garden is doing so poorly. There are a ton of invasive creatures fucking it all up. We climb high up out of the hole to get to a big weed and kill it. Once we do, the ledge we're standing on gives out, and we crash down on the sleeping moles, waking them and causing a chase scene.
No!
It's very Crash Bandicoot or Temple Run, with us running and dodging obstacles while giant moles chase us down. The escape is harrowing, switching between 2D, 3D, top-down, all seamlessly.
It's so fucking cool.
After we finally escape the moles, we meet up with a couple of frogs, one of whom asks us where we want to go in a thick New York accent.
Do it, do it.
Looking up, we see they're standing under a sign that says, taxi. So we ask them to take us back to the greenhouse, as the mole chase took us back outside. The frog says they don't go to the greenhouse. Bad neighborhood, you know? No culture, no nothing.
No culture.
Furthest they'll take you is the garden fountain. Take it or leave it. I pay up with some grubs I dig up from the dirt, and when I approach one of the frogs, he says he's got a bad back and tells his buddy to take the fat one. Which I'm offended because this isn't even my body.
This is clay.
The other taxi says that he should do yoga like him. Downward frog.
That's a perfect joke.
I hop on his back and he makes a loud grunt, so I apologize, saying, namaste.
As if that's like the universal aloha equivalent for yoga.
It's not. Then I turn to May, daring her to laugh. The four of us hop around the garden until we reach the fountain, and the frogs let us know that that's as far as they go, so we depart from them. This whole section reminded me so much of Okami, trying to restore the plant life by defeating the dark presence surrounding an area. May and I find a vine we can rail grind on that takes us back inside the greenhouse. We're in a different section, and the weeds here are thick with purple haze. And not the fun kind of purple haze. We fight our way toward Joy, bringing plant life and destroying the invaders. Finally, we get to her. She's angry. Doesn't even recognize me and attacks us, setting off a boss fight.
I think she does recognize you, and that's why she's attacking.
That's probably true. I realize she's infected, and we have to remove the infection from her. Fortunately, May is able to make the ground underneath Joy wet enough that I can plant myself and become Joy momentarily. Then I calm her down enough for May to hack away at the infected parts of her plant body. She doesn't like it, but it's for her own good as we try to restore the greenhouse to its former glory. After 3 phases of combat, we defeat the infection entirely. Joy and the rest of the greenhouse is saved from the infection, and the purple mist clears as plants begin to blossom all over. Joy stands tall, a beautiful lotus. I apologize to her for not taking care of her and allowing this to happen. May apologizes, saying that it's all her fault. She never realized how important gardening was to me. But now she finally does. She sees that I have a talent and, dare I say, passion for gardening. Joy thanks us both and says that May is not responsible for me quitting. I ask her, aren't partners supposed to encourage each other? May never believed in me, never cared or showed interest. So I figured it was because my passion was stupid or useless.
Useless is a great word I'd use for Cody.
If May couldn't find the point, then maybe there wasn't one. Joy tells me that nobody can take my dreams from me unless I give them up. It was my dream and passion. May's disinterest should have no effect on that.
I'm so glad that the Cody-centric level is still like, yeah, homie, you're wrong. She did nothing to fuck this up for you. You fucked this up for you.
I'm the one who gave up, and I'm the one who can make it right. Joy asks if I'll give up again, even if May doesn't support me.
Yeah, probably.
Well, that's when I realized no, I won't, because I do this for me and nobody else. With that realization, Dr. Hakim summons us to his void once more. In her room, Rose is packing a backpack. She becomes distracted by the dead flowers on her windowsill suddenly springing to life. She walks over to them, saying hello to the newly sprouted blossoms. She gives them some water, saying this will make Dad happy. He loves flowers.
Oh, I love that.
Back in the void, we receive letter piece number 3. Now it says, Dear Mom and Dad, I'm sorry. This, no, everything, all. So we have one last piece to go. Therapy session 4, which Dr. Hakim says is passion.
Oh.
Again.
So he's doing passion twice.
He is doing passion twice.
Okay.
Because it's May's turn. But May says she doesn't have one. I correct her, saying that singing is her passion. But she never does it anymore. I always loved hearing her sing. May says you can't pay the bills by singing. Both Dr. Hakim and I remind her that it doesn't mean she has to quit doing it.
That's valid.
With that, he sends us back into a hole so May can find her passion. We are then spit out into our attic, which is a dusty mess. We haven't cleaned this thing out in ages.
I believe that.
Dr. Book arrives and opens an old record player, saying it's a stage upon which May will perform a concert. She refuses, saying that she won't sing a single note. Dr. Hakim says, oh yes, you will.
That's some James Bond villain type shit.
Right. Then he snaps his fingers, and May begins to sing. She puts her hands over her mouth, breaking the spell, and tells him no. But the spell takes over again, and she starts to sing. I tell her she sounds amazing. Dr. Hakim says now it's my turn to support, and gives me a symbol. I'm basically Captain America now.
You're the monkey in Phantom of the Opera, and she's Christine Daae. Be so fucking for real right now. Take this shit down a notch.
Well, all we need are lights, speakers, and a microphone. Then he sends us off into the depths of our attic to find some. May's voice is both a concussive blast as well as a wholesome melody that opens doors and moves platforms.
That's so fucking cool.
We use our new skills to steal the speakers out of my grandpa's old jukebox that we keep up here. Inside an old hi-fi system I owned, we managed to get a microphone out of it. Now all that's left are the lights. But first, we find an old beat maker. Together, we compose a beat by clicking some buttons, and we genuinely create one. When we finalize the song, a doorway opens, and we race down the hallway while the song we composed plays over the scene.
That's so fucking cool.
It's a truly spectacular moment, as I've never played a game before where the music that I wrote plays over it. Finally, we get some lights for the stage, and Dr. Hakim transports us back to the record player. Thanks to our hard work, there are speakers and lights making it look like a big stage for a stadium show. Dr. Book shows up saying that we're missing something still. May sees the stage and says, no way. This is all getting too real now. She didn't expect it to be such a professional-looking set. I tell her not to be silly. She loves to sing and used to perform in front of audiences all the time, with a live band and everything. Dr. Hakim says, "That's it! You're missing musicians." Then he sets us off to find some.
Of course he does.
May asks me not to encourage the book in the future, and I promise I won't, as long as she sings. Luckily for us, all of May's old instruments she used to play are up here, so we go searching through them to find some musicians. We managed to find an entire orchestra pit, but the musicians aren't there. Dr. Hakim tells us that the musicians for the orchestra have all been kidnapped by devils, and we need to save them.
Just like the Christian devil.
May's like, devils kidnapped the musicians. Can we just cancel this whole thing?
She said, refund the tickets. We're going to rebook. This sucks.
But the doctor and I insist we must save the musicians so she can perform her concert.
Why are you involved in this?
I am trying to support her passion the way she didn't support the gardening.
I don't give a fuck. Okay. You know what?
I am leading by example. The musicians are being held captive high up in a cloud city that we dub Heaven. Because it's funny, there's devils in heaven. We both get magical singing jetpacks to fly up to the clouds and save the musicians, battling little demon devils along the way.
Game of the year.
After we rescue the musicians, May gets nervous again because she's never sung with a band this large before. I tell her everything will be fine. And Dr. Book says, no, everything will not be fine. It will be fantastico.
Oh, we got a little bit of the accent on that too. I like that.
Then he transports all of us, musicians included, back to the stage. As they take their places, Book says there's only one final missing piece. And I finish his thought saying, the audience. May protests, saying that she'll sing so long as nobody's there to hear it. Dr. Hakim asks if she wants that final piece of the letter or not. May says that's blackmail. Dr. Hakim corrects her, saying, no, that's therapy.
Oh my god.
Now, go and get that audience. I say, you got it, Book, and we head out. May asks if me and the Book are a team now, and I say, yeah, actually we are.
Oh my god, just like pledging your allegiance to our abuser and captor.
Because we both agree she needs to do this and needs to do it right. We find a crawl space in the attic, and inside is a nightclub with a line of glow sticks waiting to get in. A security stick stands towering over us and tells us only adults are allowed inside, no kids. We explain that we're just short, not children. He asks for ID, and we tell him we left it at home. He chuckles, saying that's what they all say, now scram. Suddenly, Dr. Hakim arrives and tells the glow stick we're with him, and he vouches for us. The guard apologizes and opens the door for his dear friend, Dr. Hakim.
Of course, Dr. Hakim is a regular enough that they'll be like, oh, okay, this guy's good. He hangs out with the glow sticks in the attic all the time.
I walk past the guard, goading him, saying he's not so cocky anymore now, is he?
Oh, you would be that guy.
Doorman. We go inside, only to find there's no nightclub at all. It's actually the Rainbow Road from Mario Kart for no fucking reason.
The reason is Joseph Ferris loves Nintendo, as I described.
I say, hey May, it's-a me, Cody, as I dive down the road and race her to the end.
Not even being subtle is
Not
crazy.
at all. We reach the finish line and then have to do some really intense platforming before we finally arrive at the club proper. By riding a disco ball, Mario Galaxy style, while running around it as it rolls and crashes through the wall.
It's a truly fantastic, fun piece of gameplay.
Oh, it went way longer than it should have, though.
Oh, yeah.
I tell May that this is hands down the strangest experience of my entire life, and that I am so glad that I don't have to go through it alone.
Oh.
May says it's been crazy, dangerous, and scary, but also really fun. I agree, it has been strangely fun. We get on an elevator that takes us to the dance floor, where the glow sticks are partying hard. But the elevator doesn't take us directly to the dance floor. It takes us to the DJ booth. The music stops, and everyone turns to look at us, booing. Dr. Hakim says not to stand there, play some damn music. He's all alone, shaking his back cover as the glow sticks abandon the silent dance floor.
Flap that cover, bitch.
So, May and I spin the ones and twos like we're in Blood and Truth, bringing the house down. As the glow sticks return and begin to rage, Dr. Hakim brings down a giant vacuum, sucking them and us inside, saying it's time for the show.
Do you think that's the first time he's sucked people up in that club and said it's time for the show?
God. Now you're being graphic.
Oh, come on.
We travel through the vacuum tube on hoverboards, something I've always wanted to do back to the stage.
I know this dream has been rattling around your head for a long time.
May is still scared to perform, asking if there isn't anything else we need before the show. And Dr. Hakim says no, we have everything we need now. It's showtime, baby. She's scared, but I reassure her it's gonna be fun. Just picture the glow sticks in their underwear. I leave May to prepare, while she paces back and forth scared. The book tells her that it does not have to be perfect, but she says it does. If it's not perfect, she'll let everyone down. It's a major reason why she quit singing. She's a perfectionist. Dr. Hakim tells her nobody is born to be perfect. She was born to be her. So just go out there and sing from the heart. May takes on the role of main character here, walking through the backstage area. Then I take over as MC and hit the lights, setting the mood for the show. May approaches the stage, which is covered with a curtain, greeting the musicians as they prepare to play. She peeks out at the audience, all of whom are excited for the show as the lighting takes hold. Out in the real world, Rose has her backpack loaded with supplies and is wearing a puffy jacket, ready to run away from home, when she hears music coming from the attic. Curious, she sets down her pack and opens the attic, climbs up the ladder, and finds the record player. Remembering how much her mom loves music, she brings it downstairs and places it next to May, out cold on the couch in the living room. Rose leans down and tells May that she found her favorite song, and she brought it out of the attic to play for her,
Ugh.
saying she can listen to it when she recovers. With a final, I love you, Rose turns and leaves May, who hasn't moved this entire time. Back at the concert, May approaches the microphone, looking out at the excited crowd, as she and the band are revealed when the curtain rises. Her voice is pure magic, locking the audience in a trance. The magic lifts the two of us high in the air and brings us close together. I tell her that the song is beautiful, and she thanks me. The power of the moment brings us together. I reach out for her, and she takes my hand. I pull her in close and lean my head towards hers. Our lips touch, and fireworks begin to explode around us as we float magically above the crowd. The audience cheers while we make out for the first time in ages. As we hold each other, golden sparks of magic circle us until we are lost in the magic and vanish from the scene. Dr. Hakim is all that's left, saying that love heals all. With a final adios, the book vanishes. In his bedroom, sitting at his desk, the real Cody awakens, no longer comatose. Downstairs, May wakes up on the couch, with the record player looping silence beside her. She takes off calling out to Rose. Cody comes out of his room and meets with May, saying it worked. May can't believe it. They've actually escaped the doll world. They go into Rose's room, where they recently murdered her favorite toy just a few hours earlier.
Cutie!
May finds Moon Baboon lying on the ground and picks him up. Both of them realizing Rose isn't here. She goes to place him on a shelf when Cody finds the letter Rose wrote, fully intact, lying on the bed, revealing that the letter was two-sided and had a whole lot more to say than they initially expected.
Oh, God.
It reads, Dear Mom and Dad, I'm sorry that I did this to you. I know how to make everything good again. All you have to do is stop fighting. I know I'm not a perfect daughter. I'm sorry I don't like to brush my teeth. I'm sorry I read books after bedtime. I'm sorry I don't put my toys where they should be. I know it's my fault you want a divorce. I'm leaving so that the two of you can become friends again. You should be friends. I love you, Mom. I love you, Dad. P.S. I have my pocket money to buy a bus ticket. Don't worry. I packed a sandwich and a lollipop.
Oh my God.
As they read the letter, the camera follows Rose, walking along the road all alone, and eventually settling down at a bus stop. Cody and May take off running, hoping they can catch their young daughter before she gets hurt. Rose is chilling happily on the bench when Cody and May arrive. They apologize to her for making her think it was her fault. She says it's fine. Don't worry about her. She'll be fine and they can go home. Cody kneels down to her level and explains that it is not her fault that Mom and Dad have been fighting lately. Rose is like, wait, it's not? May says, no, of course it's not her fault. Rose asks if that means they're going to be friends again. Cody stands saying that whatever happens, nothing will change the fact that they will always be there for her. May stands next to Cody, saying that the two of them will always love her. Rose agrees to come back with them and stands to hug her parents. The family shares a group hug next to the bus stop. On the ground lies the Book of Love, written by Dr. Hakim. It fell out of Rose's backpack. Cody picks it up, asking Rose where she found it. She says it was in a trash can at school. Cody shows it to May, and she smiles, saying she's happy that Rose dug it out. Cody and May take each of Rose's hands, and the three walk home. On the way, Cody asks Rose, who would win in a fight, May or a gigantic, aggressive squirrel? Without hesitation, Rose says Mom, no question. Cody says she's right, and it's why he likes to hang out with her. May says she used to think Cody was completely irrational. Finally, he's starting to make some sense. The credits roll as the camera pans over the real-life versions of all the locations that were visited, making sure to show that Cutie has been repaired and it's back to overseeing her kingdom.
Oh, thank God.
As the credits conclude, Rose is seen placing the Book of Love by Dr. Hakim high up on a shelf. The most impactful book she will ever find. The end. And that was It Takes Two.
That's a fucking roller coaster, and it's so stressful.
Oh, goodness. And I like that they leave it ambiguous enough that, you know, maybe they didn't work out, but it looks like they'd be good co-parents afterwards.
They fully agree to not confirm whether or not they'll be friends even, which is so great. And something that you kept saying while we were playing was like, you kept talking about how they're not being forced to be in love, they're being forced to be friends.
Yeah.
That's all Rose wants, is them to get along.
Just get along at the very bare minimum.
It's ridiculous. I love it. I think it's very fun, and it's such a unique gaming experience with the mechanics constantly changing and how bombastic and beautiful and atmospheric the set pieces are. I really enjoyed this.
I understand entirely why it got Game of the Year. I thought it was strange when I first heard it won Game of the Year. I was like, really? That doesn't look like a Game of the Year.
Yeah, I read it as a silly co-op.
Yeah, right? It is silly. It's funny as hell, but in like the best way.
Yeah, I mean, a silly co-op is discrediting how good it is, but it isn't wrong.
Yeah, that's like calling Portal 2 a silly co-op.
Yeah. And it's, you know, Tom and I both come from parents who didn't get divorced.
Right.
So,
no, we did come from just parents that stayed together forever.
Yeah, so there may be something we're missing in the nuances of this, but
Definitely.
I had a fantastic time.
I love this game so much. This was just, I had a blast. It makes me want to play as May.
Yeah,
You
go
know,
through it again.
just so I can experience the other side of it.
The other side of it would be really cool. Yeah.
Well, anyways, Goombas, if you enjoyed that, please make sure you are subscribed, like us where you can, comment on us, do whatever you can to continue listening to the show. The new season of 11 will be coming in September, so make sure you are subscribed and you can catch us fresh when we drop.
It'll be so much fun. And patrons get to hear it a day early, and we love our patrons.
Yes, we do. So we did change things up just a little bit in terms of how we talk about our patrons here at the end. We did add some new tiers to us because we ended up with over 100 patrons, which is just fantastic. So for our lowest $2 tier, you're going to see all those names in the credits below. But for the people that are paying us a couple extra dollars, we're going to be shouting them out still because they are truly helping us keep this show completely ad-free.
Yeah, we love you. People like Aaron, Chase, Ellen, JCC,
Jutsu, Krisha, Luigi, Mabel, Molly, Trenton, X of Triforce. Thank you all so much. We had such a great time with this game. We love streaming them on Twitch when you guys are watching us. We love that you guys go over to YouTube and watch them afterwards, so please keep that up.
We love you so much just in general. We are so excited for Season 11. More fun shit is coming. If you have any ideas, you can check out our Discord. It's linked wherever you're listening to this, and we do take game suggestions very seriously. Not all of them, but some of them. So please stop tagging me in the weird stuff where you touch stuff inappropriately. I don't really know what the dating games are like. It scares me.
Well, anyway, this is Tom and Andrea reminding you.
Justice for Cutie!
And don't skip the cutscenes. Bye!